Aaron said he's not gonna make it, so let's go ahead and get started, man. All right. Let's kick it off tonight, man. Let's start with the introductions and then let's go straight to it. It looks like I said, it don't matter the time. So let's probably keep 7:30. So 7:30 means 8:00. 8:00 means 8:30. I see the pattern here. You know what I mean? So let's keep it at 7:30. 7:30 means 8:00 and CPT.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and kick it off. CJ, you want to go ahead and run it?
All right, what's up, everybody? CJ with Greenwood Realty Group down here in Houston, Texas. Give me a follow. Let's connect on social media at CJ Sales Texas, and that is CJSELLSTX. Go to our website, greenwoodrealtytx.com. If you're a seller, buyer, agent, and you want more information, whether you want to sell your home, and you want to know how much the value and how much cash you have in it, or if you want to see what's available on the market, or if you're an agent that wants more information about joining the team, go to greenwoodrealtytx.com. We got all of the information on there for you. Then, of course, we have the YouTube channel, CJ the Realtor, showing you the Home Tours Lux Edition, also doing our highlight of our local business owners and some more dope information and videos on there. So give me a subscribe, share it, give me some comments, some feedback. Let me know what you think. Again, the YouTube channel is CJ the Realtor. And then finally, of course, we give back our mentorship program, the Master Academy. If you want more information on how to get involved, the website is themasteracademy.org. And that's where we teach our young men knowledge of self-improvement, and entrepreneurship.
All right, Patrick, I got you queued up. I know Patrick must have a delay.
All right, sweet. Patrick Chevalier III. I am a financial planner. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he must have a delay.
Yeah, Patrick Chevalier III, financial planner. You put my website up, www.chevalierwealth.com. I work with folks to grow their investable assets and then also retirement income planning. So if you're retiring soon, you need to figure out, okay, hey, how am I going to recreate my paycheck? You should definitely reach out. And I can show you the best way to do that. So in addition to that, you can find us on our socials at Chevalier Wealth for YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the socials. You can definitely find us there and connect with us as well.
Gotcha. While I introduce myself, won't you go out and come back in, Patrick, to kind of get up to speed? Cause I know, like I said, the delay probably gonna get annoying during the show.
Got it.
All right. So while Patrick doing that, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I know we struggle streaming already. All right, so I'm Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210. It's at Billionaire Loan also on all social media, and that's including the YouTube. So go to at Billionaire Loan Officer on the YouTube as well. I need y'all to like, subscribe, man. Share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I need y'all to comment. I need y'all to run the algorithm up, man. If y'all like this content, I'm looking around and no other content is like this, in this space. There's realtors and basically it's that's doing podcasts, but basically it's like an infomercial for they brokerage. That's all they're doing. They ain't really doing nothing. They're not giving you anything informative like we are. So I'm looking at the competition, and then I see we got a couple of biters though too. I'm starting to look at that. So people trying to bite our steeds, but you can't. The flavor ain't the same. The Kool-Aid ain't the same. And look at both of them. It look like drinks, but there's a difference between Crystal Light and Kool-Aid. One a little sweeter. You know what I mean? So But with that being said, man, y'all tell a friend to tell his friend. If y'all ready to go apply for a mortgage, go to my website, www.applywithb.com. You can book me for a consultation, or you could apply for a mortgage right then and there. Also, you can call me 24/7, 832-775-8357. Call me 24/7 if it's about business. Also, don't forget I'm a luxury agent as well, or if you're an investor trying to get an investment property, or you're trying to sell, list, go to www.brandonbdixon.com, man. It ain't about how cute the picture is, how y'all pick realtors. It's about who got the best network. The best network wins. You want to. The whole thing is to get your house sold, or to get the best deal for you if you're trying to buy, right? So it ain't about how cute the pictures look. It's about it's about the results. So www.brandonbdixon.com. That might be my slogan, man. It ain't about how cute the pictures look. It's about how much money is in your pocket. So let's go with that. So last but not least, go to the www.cocinvestmentclub.com. That's our investment club. If you want to go ahead and get your feet wet in real estate investing, mitigating your risk, go ahead, check us out, cocinvestmentclub.com. All right, so I was trying to drag it out to Patrick come back. He must have had to reset that cricket modem.
You know, technical difficulties in the mud.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to I guess pre-talk a little bit before the clip. So this week I kind of got a different array of clips. Not really a theme, but I want to kind of talk about like as far as what's going on as far as the real estate side, as far as investors and just the buying state. Because I think right now everybody thought it was going to be busy by now, like super, super duper busy. And everybody's still waiting for those rates to drop, before they even dip in. So, and it's about getting that time right now. It's about that time of year it's prime season coming up. So a lot of people, getting ready to move, when school's out. So
Yep.
They need to start right now to start getting pre-qual to see what you need to do. Because let's say, for example, if you're ready to move in the summer, let's say you got something on your credit you didn't know about. We need to go ahead and fix that right now. I got a technique on how to remove lates off your credit, without needing credit cleaning. So stuff like that you need consultation on now. So now my calendar should be full, So if you're trying to get something or trying to move for the summer, or your lease is up in July, your lease is up in June, you need to start now. Like now's the time, because don't forget that it takes a while to find something. And then, like I said, the pre-qual at least lasts 90 days. So now start the process now. It's now the time to start looking. So with that being said, I was trying to wait on Patrick. Man, let's go to this first clip. So
yeah. I mean, we got to bring that back because it'd be good for him to be on because he can talk about like what's going on with the CPI numbers and the Fed decisions with the economy. So it's all tied into real estate.
Right.
That's kind of what's like causing the holdup.
Yeah, he must be have the long reboot. So again, I might bring it back. Like I said, let's go ahead and keep it rolling forward.
All right.
Boom. Let's go ahead and run this one right here.
But now they're saying to ourselves, we want to be able to take the power of landlords away from other people who own real estate and have them stop buying real estate. How do we do that? Well, how about if we make them a slave to their mortgage? How do we make them a slave to their mortgage, you ask? Oh, I'm glad you asked me that. What happens is now you take the interest rates down to a 2. Take the interest rates down to a 4. You get 90% of the population of people that own real estate to do what? Refinance.
Yep.
Start buying real estate. And they're buying real estates based on a number that they can afford the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
That's crucial now.
Mm-hmm.
You bought it at a 2 and a 4. You can afford that small payment.
Mm-hmm.
Your tenants, they can afford that.
Mm-hmm.
But now what you do? We're going to raise the rates up to a 7 and an 8. Now when you raise the rates to a 7 and an 8, guess what? Your house is building all that equity. You can't refinance. You can't pull the money out. because you cannot afford the mortgage payment on a 7 or 8% interest rate. If the government realized we want to buy real estate, we want to get all that equity, we want to be landlords, we want to raise rent. But now they're saying
So that's like one of the first ones.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, is he conspiracy theory, or is there some truth to that, man? Or is it, so what do you think?
I mean, we kind of seeing it right now. Like they were projecting the Fed was going to drop rates about 3, 4, 5 times this year, and now we in the second quarter still waiting. So,
Right.
I mean, it's based on what they see the economy doing, but who's to say what that really looks like, because they talk about employment numbers aren't bad, but at the same time, somebody did make a point on that. It's like the employment numbers ain't bad because it's the same people getting multiple jobs. There's people working more than one job to survive out here. So it ain't like everybody's getting work. Everybody's finding work.
Right.
The numbers may be skewed. So like it's going to take a deep dive into the data to find out what's really going on.
Right. I think of course he's stating facts.
Yeah.
But I think I think it's pointed the wrong way. I think he's pointing to like it's a government thing, government conspiracy. And I don't think they're intentional about the rates. I think the rates are a result of, and I don't think that's the reason why they're trying to I think it's more of a conspiracy theory. I think, what I'm saying? I think he's doing, red fish, blue fish. You know what I'm saying? I think he on that.
Yeah, it might be more BlackRock than the government.
Yeah, like I think he's I think it's too conspiracy theory to me. But it is true to, I don't think it's for the purpose he's saying. Yes, it's the fact that people got in, and I think this is a natural result. Did some people predict this? Yes, but I don't think they're in cahoots. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think they knew people that we're not going to be able to. All right, everybody's going to refi. Everybody got fat and rich, 21 and 22.
But at the same time, if you think about it, the rates aren't that far off from what they were before COVID.
Right.
So it ain't like they're terrible. Everybody just got caught up in seeing the 2, 3s, and 4s, thinking that was normal.
Right, and then like I said, it's coupled with, all right, the rates went outrageous, plus the due to the fact that everybody was buying, the market inflated the prices.
Yep.
So now and then you got the third threat of inflation. So you had the ban on China and the moratoriums. So materials were hard to get. So it's just all that compounded. Was that all a plan? I don't think so.
Right. And now, not just that, homeowners insurance is up like crazy.
Right. So
I don't think nobody could have predicted that.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay this for Patrick, and so he don't miss this clip. So, and then we'll chime in on it again. But that I think there's truth, but I think he's trying to be red fish, blue fish, 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2 fish. With it, swine, my brother.
What happens is now you take the interest rates down to a 2, take the interest rates down to a 4. You get 90% of the population of people that own real estate to do what? Refinance.
Yep.
Start buying real estate, and they're buying real estates based on a number that they can afford the mortgage. That's crucial now. Bought it at a 2 and a 4. You can afford that small payment. Your tenants, they can afford that. But now what you do? We're gonna raise the rates up to a 7 and an 8. Now, when you raise the rates to a 7 and an 8, guess what? Your house is building all that equity. You can't refinance. You can't pull the money out because you cannot afford the mortgage payment on a 7 or 8% interest rate. If the government realized we want to buy real estate, we want to get all that equity, we want to be landlords, we want to raise rent. But now they're saying to ourselves, we want to be able to take the power of landlords away from other people who own real estate and have them stop buying real estate. How do we do that? Well,
All right, so what you think of that, Patrick?
So was he saying that it was a government conspiracy for the interest rates?
Well, that's how I
Being where
took
they
it. I
are?
mean,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
that's what it sounds like to me. But I'll let you go ahead and react to it. Like, well, I don't the way he's, my personal opinion. I think he's a little bit too, swine. My brother, red fish, blue fish, 1, 2 fish.
I don't think that's the case. I just think, and from my perspective, me being in finance, right, I've been keeping track with the Federal Reserve and what they're doing to curb inflation. And that's just one of the things that they do with monetary policy, right? They gave away all the money with the pandemic. They gave away a ton of money. And so they've been trying to right that ship, the last few years. And those interest rates is one way that they do that. And of course, yeah, it drives people out, from taking loans. It's not just folks who are looking to buy real estate, right? It's folks who are looking to borrow, to start a business or whatever. So it's just borrowing in general. So it doesn't just hurt folks in real estate. It hurts small companies and medium-sized companies as well, right? That's kind of how I look at it. So I think it's, he touched on a key point, but he left some people out of the argument too, right? And landlords and being homeowners is a really key thing to generational wealth, as well as, being a business owner and take advantage of the tax code.
Right.
So I definitely don't think it's a conspiracy, but yes, it has changed the way people go about their lives and reaching their goals, right? It's hard to borrow money because that money is expensive.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, this is to sum it up. I mean, you pretty much hit it on the head as far as what it is. I just think, like I said, I think we get it caught up into, the government does a lot of stuff, but I think this is the natural ebbs and flow of the market. I think what happens is as a result of doing certain things, this actually happened. Did they plan it out? Possibly, but I don't think it's intentional to hurt people. I think this is what it's going to be, and I don't think every detail was planned out like on some big bad wolf type stuff. So like he's pitching it. So that's my reaction to it. Let's get to the next one. Let's hit this one. This is kind of right up your alley a little bit, Patrick.
The trust is recorded. The trust agreement is not. Listen to what I'm saying, because you're going to have some screwball attorney tell you we need to go down here and we need to record this trust document. Heck no. Shake his hand, tell him thank you for your time, because he don't know what the heck he's talking about. You do not record the trust agreement because your trust agreement is a private document. It stays with you. You don't want everybody knowing your business. You're going to record just the deed. The purpose of the trust is anonymity, estate planning, and asset protection. While I'm right there, let me say this one thing. Never, ever go and start talking to people when you start talking about trust and your asset protection plan. Don't start talking to other individuals about, I'm trying to get my asset protection together. I need to get an asset protection plan. I went to the Tony Robinson Senior Workshop, and he said I needed an asset protection plan. You don't tell somebody that you're trying to protect your assets, because they don't care about you protecting your assets. Asset protection, forget about that. Estate plan. The deed to the trust is recorded. The trust agreement.
All right, so I'll go ahead and open that up. What you thinking about that? Capping or rapping? This is gonna be a bunch of capping or rapping, man. Today, man. These cats, they sound convincing.
I don't know the particulars on that. You got to talk to an attorney. We need to bring an attorney on for that.
Right. I definitely, it doesn't matter if you tell people about what you're doing with your trust or not, right? As long as you got your paperwork in order. So I definitely think, as he said, he talked about a deed. So I guess there was some kind of land or real estate as a part of the plan that he was talking about. But the whole thing with getting trust and asset protection, it allows you to control an asset while you're alive, and then also decide, what happens once you do pass away. And certain types of trusts, they do provide asset protection, from lawsuits, so on and so forth. So it's definitely something that you should have. I think a lot of people go get trust and they don't necessarily need one, just because folks like this are capping. I'm not saying this guy is, but everybody's situation is different, and so if you want to be in control of what happens to your assets, you should definitely have your will in place, and then possibly a trust based on how complicated your things are.
Right.
Yeah.
What you got? You got any reaction to that? CJ?
Yeah, I don't know the particulars about how it's supposed to be recorded or anything, but I agree with Patrick. Like, you, especially if something happens to you, you need to communicate or have somebody knowledgeable about next steps.
Right.
That if you have a trust, because like you said, it is private. So if something happens to you and this hidden in the attic or somewhere people don't know where to find information, then it's going to be a pain to try to track all that stuff down. So you definitely need to have somebody that you trust that's going to be able to handle stuff for you in case you're not around to handle it.
Right. So if you're going to see the overarching theme for the most part of it today is going to be, they got a lot of gurus, out nowadays. Are they reaching? Or do they really have a point? They take this one obscure point, and it's not necessarily the truth. Especially in our field, like with real estate, a lot of them, I don't even want to go through loan officers because I don't want to make enemies. I could pick these loan officers apart, but I don't want to make enemies in my field. But a lot of loan officers are telling a lot of garbage, So I've been kind of keeping it to real estate, So I need to probably throw loan officers under the bus, but yeah, they sound convincing. They sound like they know what they're talking about, but when you really get granular, is it really the case? So that's what you're gonna be seeing, a common theme of what I got going. That's why I picked out these particular clips. Like, all right, all right. So don't tell nobody, okay? That's the angle.
Right.
All right. So cool. All right. He sounded like, he got the suit on. He had
Well, when you say that, you should at least tell whoever you plan for the executor to be, right, or the trustee, right? Because sometimes those folks don't want that responsibility. You say, hey, my favorite son, I'm going to put him in charge because he's responsible. He may not even want to take on that burden.
Right. Even the lawyer.
Right. So you definitely got to tell somebody, at least the people that are involved, what's going on.
But my question is, what's the harm of recording your trust?
Yeah, well, to me, it sounded like, he meant like file some papers down at the county office or something like that. Well, you definitely don't need to do that.
Right.
As long as you have everything in order and the attorney put it together for you. One thing I do find, I review my clients' estate documents every 2 years. And when I meet with new folks, sometimes they'll tell me, hey, Patrick, this is how I want things to go. But then when I go and look at the actual way that things are written up, it doesn't say that. And so a lot of that can get lost in communication between regular people talking and legal jargon. So it's always good to put a second pair of eyes on those, especially if it's been some time, if some time has passed.
Gotcha.
So you definitely need to hear it.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man. You want to introduce yourself real quick while I pull up this next clip?
I'm Hyman with H&L Premier Realty. Here to help you with your investing in real estate need. Buy, sell, either one you want to do. Call me, talk to me, tell me what your needs are. Tell me what your heart's desires are.
Gotcha. So this next one, I got a couple different ones. I ran across this guy page the other day, and I thought I like the presentation, but I'll leave it up to y'all. Is he capping or is he rapping? This guy, his name is Mr. Write-Off. So let's see, is he capping or is he rapping?
Mr. Write-Off?
Mr. Write-Off. So let's see.
Just like this condo, where it weighs over 6,000 pounds, you're able to write off 60% of the cost. So for a vehicle like this, you're getting about a $300,000 deduction. And the beautiful part about this is you don't have to put $300,000 down to get the car. If you want to learn some more tax tips, follow me at Mr. Write-Off.
I'm gonna
This
play
is
a
how you
couple
write.
of different ones up for.
Here's something that I found out last summer when I bought my Urus. Sales tax. Now the sticker price is nothing compared to the final bill of sale because the sales tax is super expensive. It cost me an extra $20,000. Now something I found out through that lesson was if I could put the vehicle in Montana. Why? Because there's zero sales tax. That's what I love about that. Now, a mistake might have cost me $20,000, but best believe the next time I buy myself another luxury vehicle like this one, I ain't paying sales tax. Here's something that I found out. Here's how you're able to legally overstate your business travel expenses by using the per diem method. Most people don't know about this, but if you go on the U.S. General Service Administration website, you're able to find out what the daily cost is for the hotels and for your meals in the specific city and county that you're in. So let's just say, for example, they say your daily rate, your per diem rate for travel and food is $500, but you only spend $200. Most of us just write off the $200 expense. However, with this rule, you're able to actually write off the entire $500. By doing that, you just created $300 worth of expenses to write off on your taxes to reduce your taxable income, which is going to reduce your tax liability. If you want to leverage this rule, comment travel and we'll send you the link.
All right, I'll play a couple of more, but I want to stop at them three right there, man. Is he going to jail for for tax evasion? You know,
I mean, how you gonna prove you spent 500 when you get audited and you only show 200?
Right. So,
Right. That's what I was thinking watching that last video. But I definitely think he was rapping, right? I just did my taxes recently, and I took a whole lot of those same deductions that he's talking about.
right.
So yeah, he's definitely rapping. I think that per diem one is kind of a stretch because, like CJ said, right, you would need to document. You know, you would have to save all that paperwork that says, "Hey, this is how much it costs per day where I went to do business," right?
Right.
So it's just a little more work than a lot of folks are willing to do. I mean, if you use QuickBooks or whatever it is that you use to keep track of your income and expenses for your business, you got meal expenses, travel, all of that comes out anyway. So doing that extra work for a couple $100 every time you travel.
Right. Anybody else? I'll say myself for last.
Yeah, I remember seeing something about the weight limit or the weight minimum on being able to write off a vehicle. That's why people was getting like SUVs and pickup trucks and stuff. Because at one point, I think you were able to write off 100%. When I think maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, when Trump was in there.
Yeah.
So it's actually it's a whole lot more than that. You can write off a million or two with that car. So I'll use myself an example because I can speak to it. My car, it only weighs 3,500 pounds, but I was able to write off the taxes, the registration, the interest payment, and then also depreciate the car as well. And so even if your car is not, you don't have to go get a 6,000 pound car to make all that happen. Right. And so I think with all that together, that was, $25,000 in deductions itself. Right. So it doesn't matter. I mean, if you got a car and you're using it for work and personal, right, you still use that deduction and you get your miles as well. So it's more than one way to skin that cat.
Hey, man, when you begin to get that granular on your return, now my tax preparer charges me for every document that I file. Every document.
Get another one.
That number gets pretty high, man.
Nah, get somebody else.
Yeah, the real pros use TurboTax like me, but it's up my wheelhouse just because of the work that I do. But if you go to someone and you say, "Hey, I'm a business owner and I do this, this, and this," they should already have a good idea of the credits and deductions that you could take advantage of. Right? That's just giving you good.
That's not the issue. It's like for every document. So to file that form, that depreciation form.
It's probably 4 forms, and 2 of them are one, and then 2 are the other. Like I said, I recently did mine, so it's fresh on my mind. It's
I got
not
you.
it's not as bad. The whole thing, the work in that is knowing what those expenses are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like I
man.
went to my loan website for my car, and it showed me, hey, right there, how much I paid in interest so far, right? Where I started, so on, and I just copied and paste. And then
I might
everything
try that
else.
next year. I didn't think about my car.
If you keep track of your expenses, it'll be really
You
easy
can
to
amend
find.
it.
It'll be really easy to find.
Yeah, you better amend that. I think so many people
I had to get mine extended because
Yeah.
I waited too
You
late.
looking bad, CJ? CJ, are you on?
I ain't looking bad. I just wait. I wasn't gonna do my CPA like that, man. I was gonna send it to him a couple of days before the deadline. I was like, we'll do an extension, bro.
How much he charge you for your extension?
It's free.
Shit, I don't even know.
You can get an extension for free.
Yeah, you just got to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
Right.
CJ,
Right,
how much your CPA charge you for your extension, man?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
Nope.
What's
I'll
that?
let you know when I find out.
Last year when I extended, he charged me $100.
Yeah. Offense, defense, special teams, man. I talk about this damn near every other week. We got to really get into the tax strategy. I think we need to be as versed as taxes as we versed in hip hop beef. And who's gonna respond to who? So we versed on that, but we
I'm
don't.
gonna do that next year. I'm gonna do that next year on the clock. As far as writing off the interest payments,
Depreciation, registration, and sales tax.
I don't
Right,
think registration's only a one-time hit, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I put like $70.
You don't register every year?
$5,
Every year.
whatever. But
You register every year.
in addition to that, tolls. If you
like
do
the
tolls
depreciation
as well,
the depreciation
tolls.
factor, I like that right there.
it all
Maintenance, maintenance.
it all adds up.
Yeah.
When you
all
do that,
stuff.
I guess they changed rules where either you take maintenance or miles. Is that still the same or is it different?
I believe it's miles or something else.
Yeah, I think you could do
You
miles.
couldn't get both, right?
I think it's either like you get whatever credit it has, or if you want to itemize it out by miles and maintenance and any other expenditures on the car, like gas too. I think you write off the gas too.
Right.
I tried that one. Yeah, them gas receipts ain't nothing.
I think it's either gas or mileage. You can't do both. I think that's what it is.
Right. It's either mileage or all that maintenance stuff like Brandon was talking about.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you run any kind of business and you got a car and you're using that for work, you definitely need to take advantage of that. You don't have to go buy that 6,000 pound car. I guess that's my point. So that guy was definitely rapping. He was definitely rapping, but I just think that everybody needs to keep up with their receipts if they're in business, and it'll save you a lot of money in taxes, each year.
Well, just to give my 2 cents in before I'm gonna play a couple of more before I offer this guy, the same guy, because he got some good content. I might model some of my YouTube is quick. It gets the hook, it gets your attention, it's moving. So I might start doing some of the clips like he's doing.
What, shorts? It's like he's only doing shorts.
Yeah, reels.
Yeah, you got to pull out the piece and chain.
He said YouTube.
No, it's on Instagram, but I like the way he's set up because it's Mr. Tax, Mr. Write-Off, and he, like Kevin Samuels used to say, you don't go to Chick-fil-A for tacos, you go to Chick-fil-A for chicken sandwich. So every post is the same thing, boom, boom, and different aspects of the same thing. So if I wanted to get
the question on that is on those reels. Are you able to embed the link to where they bring them back to the page that you want them to go to, or they just got to stay right there on your Instagram page and hopefully they just keep watching?
Instagram page has you could put a link tree and then put your website on in your bio.
Yeah, they got to go to your profile. They got to go to your page to get to any link anyway.
Right. But
so you got to direct them and say.
Yeah, you say click the link in my bio.
Click the link in my bio.
You can't link it to a post.
Right. But click the link in my bio. Most people if they like the post, they're gonna go to your profile anyway.
Really?
And see to see if there's more posts like that. That's the first workflow. All right. I like this clip. Let me see if there's anything similar that's on your page.
I think Instagram need to do something about that where they can actually go to wherever you want them to go to right there from the reel, versus having to get off the thing and then go down to the bio and all that shit. You know,
Instagram, they don't want to give you that much access. That's too much. That's too much power for the creator.
Really?
I think
That'd be
so.
dope. That'd be cool
Gotcha,
right there
gotcha.
if that was possible.
Gotcha. But just to react to what I was saying as far as making my point, so we could go to the next series of clip. I'll probably play another 3 of his. Again, offense, defense, special teams. I think as far as what he was talking about as the per diem is the way he should have clarified that a little bit better. Hey, this is the maximum that you could get. So hey, this is your budget. If it's $500 a day, make sure you spend $500 a day and have the receipts for it. That would have been just that one little thing would have made it clear. You know, so it's all on how you word stuff. So you just put it out there. 500. Hey, I can do 500. You know, but he didn't say, hey, you need the receipts for that. You know, so that's the thing. That's that one clarification that could get it misconstrued and land you in hot water. You know, you know. So with that being said,
the IRS they hired, I think it was like 85,000 people over the last couple of years.
So they went after all those folks with them PPP loans.
Yeah, and even now they definitely auditing people. So your stuff has to be good. You can't slide with stuff that you slid with a few years ago.
Well, that's the thing is we do it anyway. We spend the money anyway. It's just a matter of being smart and organizing it. We're gonna spend the money. We talked about a few months ago that hey, why would you give the government a no interest loan for 9 months? So hey, keep the money in your pocket, but be smart about what you buy. Make sure stuff that you buy, which most likely will be, make sure it's business oriented. I'm gonna play a couple of more clips. He's talking about with the travel. When you travel, make sure it's a business trip. So I'm gonna schedule my vacation. I'm gonna schedule stuff around a seminar, something to do with work. Let's say, for example, I just got the notification that they got the bully invasion this Saturday. So if I wanted to go to the Bay to San Francisco, I'm gonna go to that. I got the LLC for the dogs. So I'm gonna go to the actual convention or the show. That's the business trip, and then I'll plan my vacation around that, and I'll go meet with these kennels and stuff like that. And these are business dinners, and all that's a write-off. You know, so you just got to be smart about what you're doing and be tactical and be deliberate on a strategy. If you're gonna be a businessman, hop all the way in this. Be a businessman. Don't be a businessman / street person / worker. If you're gonna be a businessman, be a businessman. And businessman think about business. Hey, and taxes are part of business.
Hey, Stringer Bell pulled it off.
Say it again.
Stringer Bell pulled it off.
Who is Stringer Bell?
From The Wire.
Believe it or not, I've never watched The Wire, and I've never watched reruns of Martin.
Man, we about to pull your card.
Man, you over there drinking Marlowe though? Is that a
hey, bro?
What you drinking, man?
It's my heart medicine.
That's your heart medicine. What is
it? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right. So, like I said,
is it big body red or what is it?
It's a full body Merlot.
Oh, you're gonna be leaning a little bit, man.
Right.
Bodies ain't nothing to play with. Them full bodies ain't nothing to play with, man.
So his comments about to get good in a little bit.
Yeah, buddy.
Let me play a couple of more for this for this guy Mr. Right off.
People don't know this, but LLCs don't actually save you money on your taxes. If anything, it gives you liability protection. That's why it's called a limited liability company. Think about it this way. When you're traveling, you always put your toothbrush and toothpaste in its own separate bag because in the event things explode, it won't get on your clothes, your laptop, and your shoes. That's the same purpose with an LLC. In the event somebody sues you, they cannot have access to your personal home, your personal vehicles, your personal 401k, or anything of that nature. So that's why people have limited liability companies, is just to protect them. Now, if you're looking to leverage tax strategies with the LLC, you can certainly do so by upgrading it to an S Corp, where you'll be able to save money on your payroll taxes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably too advanced for you, and you probably don't need this. But I highly recommend you speak to a tax professional to find out what best suited for you. People don't know this, but this is how you write off luxury vehicles. Here's you have two options: the actual method and the mileage method. The actual method allows you to write things off like depreciation, car washes, insurance, gas, and so forth. However, the mileage only allows you to write things off like the mileage from your home office to work, to clients, things of that nature. The actual method only makes sense for luxury vehicles because, to be quite frank, it's always sitting in the parking lot. You're never really using it. If you're finding yourself driving a lot to go to work and handle your business, then the mileage method makes the best sense for you. Comment the word test to see which method saves you the best money.
Do one more, man, before I roll out on this guy. Let's do how you pay it.
Are you wondering how to pay yourself? If you're a single member LLC that's not taxed as an S Corp or a C Corp, all you have to do is simply transfer money from your business account to your personal account and label it as owner's draw. Owner's draw just means you're pulling it for personal use and it's not able to be written off by the business. Now, if you're an S Corp wondering how you should pay yourself, you should typically do 30% of what your profits are. So let's say your profits for the business is $100,000. Give yourself a salary of $30,000. And if you're thinking, how am I supposed to live off of $30,000? Well, it's simple. Take yourself a salary of $30,000 and then take the rest as a distribution. When you transfer the money from your business to your personal, write it as shareholders distribution. Now that $30,000, it's got to go through W-2. You better call ADP. Are you wondering?
All right, so I played three different.
My issue on that one right there. So that was a solid statement. When you run it through the quote unquote through a W-2, the cost of calling ADP as a single member LLC is fairly expensive versus how much you would save on the taxes.
Not really.
No, it's not. Yeah, what you get that?
I think I pay like $35 a payroll,
Yeah.
and I pay myself once.
How many
a month.
payrolls you get yourself?
Once a month.
So that comes out to be $370 a year.
Right. Plus, I do it to make sure that that I have payroll taxes and I'm putting something in the Social Security bucket.
Yeah, I know.
So and I do the owner's draw as well. But I set it up. I started it this year personally because I have an employee and I started to pay myself that way this year.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't think $70 a month is expensive. I don't think that's expensive. And then they're making sure that you're compliant with the state and federal, right? So that's a headache that I don't need. I'd rather pay $70 for that.
I thought it was 35.
Well, yeah, an employee too.
A payroll, right?
He has an employee too,
right?
Okay, yeah, that's $7. So that's $7. That's $900 a year. $900
right.
a year.
So he was saying if you're an S Corp,
and then what about the tax that you have to pay on the money that you don't take out as a draw?
Well, we just talked about all those deductions that we just took this year with the doing my taxes. So I lost money last year on my taxes.
On purpose?
I mean, I played the game.
I know.
Now, when I get with Brandon, I was gonna say
that's what he's gonna need when he's buying that house, though.
Right. When I get with Brandon and Corey and I start talking about options to get a loan, they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, where's your income?" Right. So you got to play all those games. So that was year one. Most businesses lose money in year one, so I was definitely fine with that personally.
Or just put him with that DSCR.
But with this guy in this video, he was saying if you're an S Corp, then you definitely need that ADP. If you're not, then more than likely you don't. And that, in my experience, that just comes down to how much money you're bringing in. I think it was like rough estimate. If you're making more than like 45, 55,000, then you may want to take a look at an S Corp and paying yourself. But if you're making less than that, then it doesn't matter. You don't need that S Corp election to take advantage of the tax code.
Right. Corey, I mean, you want to introduce yourself? I know you came in late. You want to introduce yourself? You want to get in on that before we go to the next clip?
So you got let's see what it says. I guess it'd be 80 grand. I think it was 85.
This dude Hyman is disruptive.
That'd be my issue about.
That's because he got that he got that Sprint internet over there. He keeps stuck. You know what I'm saying? He delayed over there.
Hey, he need that new AOL CD.
Yeah, cricket wireless.
He got that dial up over there, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta catch up.
Right. I think you a little bit. But yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself and want to get in on that. We hadn't heard from you, so just to keep the show.
Corey Smith, man, Corey Smith, Commodore Mortgage, you know what I'm saying, broker owner. As far as tax codes, you know what I'm saying, I stay in my lane. I'm gonna take everything from Pat Chevalier, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing to add.
Gotcha. Anybody want to add anything on that before there was 3 different clips. The first one was about the boys trip. I know that was kind of fast. So you kind of had to read that. So the second one was about S Corp versus the LLC, and then they was talking about how to pay yourself. I still favor, me personally, I favor the single member LLC opposed to the S Corp. Just because I have several single member LLCs. And so I play that, that's how my strategy is as far as, breaking it down like separate, one for the dogs, one for real estate, one for consulting, so you got to have it kind of broken up like that. And then each one could, based on the tax strategy, could be, negative or positive for that year, so this depends, but
once you go into business, you it's one of the things you got to get is somebody that knows taxes to get you set up right, whatever your goals are.
Right.
Because what works for us may not work for the next person.
Exactly. CJ's right on the money on that. Everybody's situation is a little bit different.
Exactly.
But the thing is, you got to be educated so you can make an informed decision. And just that's why I like that guy's clips, because he is giving some game.
He rapping.
At least, he making you aware, and I think that's just the first step. And then from there, you got to do your own investigations.
Right. I mean, he might be exaggerating on a little bit, but it's in the wheelhouse. I'll tell you this though. Say something. Hyman is like, when you're choosing a CPA, if they charge you per a la carte like that, I would get somebody else. First thing first, you got to ask them. And I said this before on air. You got to ask them if they work for the IRS. Like you just said, they deploy 84,000 more new people. What do you think they at? H&R Block, and they at, what I'm saying? What do you think they working at? Is there a place that say federal government on the? Nah, they're working at the same places that you go to get your taxes. So you got to ask.
Not just that. You need to find one that is like works for realtors or whatever your profession is.
Right.
So, and that's the second thing. You got to ask them, are they conservative or aggressive? If they conservative, and you're not that knowledgeable, and that's not your thing to sit there and research this stuff, you need to match yourself up with somebody that's more aggressive. That's going, hey, you're missing this, and this on this side. Now to get these type of aggressive tax people is going to cost. So I'd rather, pay a little bit more fee. Pay $1,000, pay $1,500, pay $2,000 for somebody that's gonna save me tens of thousands of dollars. If I save $10,000 by paying you too, it's profitable.
But at the same time, that fee is a write-off too.
Exactly.
So yeah, you got to learn how to play the game. We got to start taking this serious with taxes and stop being it like it's a chore. This is a way to sustain your business and a way to supplement your income or really keep your income to keep everything circulating.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, let's say this.
Hey Patrick, who do you use? What do you use to like keep track of your receipts? You got QuickBooks though, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I use QuickBooks and I link my accounts. Right. So when I went through and I did my taxes myself, I just clicked the button, say bam, and it said, "Oh, here's
everything,"
and then you just review it. Right. So it's really a piece of cake. I think I did my entire taxes in like 45 minutes. But like I said, I'm a student of it. When I was in college, I used to volunteer with the Vids program and do people's taxes for them who didn't necessarily have the money to go get that done. So I'm really familiar. So I think that's an advantage that I have to where I'm comfortable doing mine personally and giving folks advice. But you should definitely, like Brandon said, man, have a list of questions, man. And You don't want somebody who's just counting the beans and checking the boxes. You want someone who's going to do some discovery and ask you some questions about who you
Right.
are, what you're doing. That way they can give you some advice on some things. Because it's like, oh, you may have didn't do this year, but for next year, you need to look out for this and keep track of that, right?
Even as like a new business owner, like just knowing how to do a P&L, profit and loss statement,
right?
Knowing what you can put on there, what's supposed to go on there. That's a whole educational. That could take a day right there.
Right.
Two other things before I go to the next clip. Number one is what you said as well. As far as there's other ways to skin a cat as a new business owner as well. So this in the recent year or two, these P&L bank statement, these P&L statement loans have came out. So now I can do based off your P&L. I can lend you, or you can get financed for a mortgage. Also, there's bank statement loans. So if you don't have the tax return history, and you want to go ahead and just keep money in your pocket, now. I'd rather do this. This is debatable, but instead of paying, like you did play the game this year, go ahead and keep money in my pocket and just look at my bank statements. Now the rate might be a little bit higher, but again, like you said, the interest is tax deductible.
Right.
So who cares? You know what I mean? As far as if you're talking business,
right?
So
and
like
even with it works with lines of credit too, like different types of loans. You got to have a P&L.
Right, and I think it's first time home buyers are people that's not in the business get emotional about these rates because they don't understand that, hey, it's all gonna be in a wash because it's a write-off. And then you're not married to the rate, you take the rate, you always can refinance. So you do something temporary for a few years. It's like that's why my new strategy is I'm gonna be changing cars like every other year because now every year I get the deduction, or every other year I get deduction for the state tax, the registration, and the depreciation. So the depreciation I'm gonna hit, boom, I'm gonna file all that off. That same year I get it, because these luxury cars depreciate like hell. I had to find that out the hallway with the Range Rover. I got a $15,000 worth of depreciation. Bam. So sooner you pinch it, you sneeze on it, you look at it, it's depreciation. Every blink is $5. Every day.
Right, but it's not just cars either, right? The computer that you bought, right? The telephone, any kind of tool or asset that you use, all of that works and falls under that same kind of idea, like we're talking about cars.
Right.
Yep.
So let's go to the next one real quick. This is kind of on the same thing, then I'm gonna switch it up slightly. And we're gonna talk about real estate before we get out of here. And this is all part of real estate business ownership, but
benefits are screwed if you're paying cash for a house. Now, this is a hidden benefit you guys may not know about. This is called depreciation. So let's say that you pay $200,000 for a property, and let's say 90% of that is going to be depreciable. So take 200,000 times 0.9.
That's going to be $180,000 that we can depreciate.
You're going to take 180,000 and you're going to divide that by 27 and a half years.
It's 65-45.
So you're still going to have to pay taxes on about a $9,000 gain. Times that by 4.
We get $26,181.
We put 200,000 down as debt. Put in 600,000, and let's say we borrow that money from the bank at 6%.
It's going to be $36,000.
We have 36,000 as opposed to 16,000, and we're paying taxes on 10,000 instead of 9,000. So we're paying way less percentage of taxes because we're able to leverage the property out. Your tax benefits are screwed.
Y'all got that? Y'all want me to run it one more time? You know what I'm saying?
Run that back one more time.
Run it. Let me run it one more time.
Bring it back.
Boom.
May not know about, and this is called depreciation. So let's say that you pay $200,000 for a property, and let's say 90% of that is going to be depreciable. So take 200,000 times 0.9.
That's going to be $180,000 that we can depreciate.
You're going to take 180,000 and you're going to divide that by 27 and a half years.
It's 65-45.
So you're still going to have to pay taxes on about a $9,000 gain. Times that by 4.
We get $26,181. $36,181.
We put 200,000 down as debt, put in 600,000, and let's say we borrow that money from the bank at 6%.
It's going to be $36,000.
We have 36,000 as opposed to 16,000, and we're paying taxes on 10,000 instead of 9,000. So we're paying way less percentage of taxes because we're able to leverage the property out. Your tax benefits are screwed if you're paying.
Boom. So now we're crossing over a little bit into our domain. So I open it up to the investors. What is he capping or wrapping? Is it better to finance or better to pay cash as far as with the tax benefits?
Hey, you heard Naughty by Nature.
Right.
That with OPP.
Right.
And big body kicking in.
OPP meant something else back in the days.
Yeah, you get canceled today for that one.
Right.
Yeah, buddy. So, but yeah, and in the investment world, cash is king, but only at a certain extent, right? 200,000 or less is when you want to kind of pay cash for it, just because of the interest that you have to pay, whether it be private or hard money, or even the down payment that you have to pay. So, what I like to advise my folks that, man, if you have it and you don't mind just letting it sit on the street for a while, then go for it. But if not, just go finance the transaction from there. Keep the cash, keep yourself liquid to keep making other moves if you like. Anything over 200, well, actually anything over 150 for most of my folks. So no, don't buy nothing cash right now.
Gotcha. What you think? I'll go ahead, open it up. Go ahead while I load up this next clip. Run it. Anybody want to hop in?
I mean, like Hammond was saying, and then also instead of blowing your wad on one property, spread it out. You could potentially get more than one property for the same amount you was going to spend cash on one.
Mm-hmm.
So why not leverage like other people's money, other people's property? Like that's what.
We down with OPP.
You should explore that strategy if you ain't thinking about it.
Gotcha.
Especially now, like if you can float it with the current rates, if you going with a loan, if you can float it now with the expectation that rates may drop a little bit later, why not?
It makes sense. I mean, you're saying from an investing standpoint, too many people get caught up in interest rates, but at the end of the day, is the deal good enough to cash flow? Right. If it can cash flow, essentially you have a retirement plan or whatever the case may be that somebody else is essentially financing. They're paying that down. They're paying that interest. So as long as you're not going into the red on the property, it shouldn't matter. When the interest rates do get better, you can easily refi. The cash flow goes through the roof, and you might be able to pull out some equity at that time as well. So interest rate is not a factor. It's your cash flow that's the factor.
Right. Patrick, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, he was definitely rapping, right? He was talking about with homes, they depreciate, I think it's like 3.6%, and you can do that for 27 and a half years. So whatever the number is. But what a lot of people don't realize is that you got to X the land value. It's just only the building, right, or the structure that you can depreciate over that time. And so me as a financial planner, I'm thinking houses since 1990, they appreciate at 4% a year, right? So you're going up 4%. And then you're on the floor, you're depreciating 3.6. So, when you go out and you buy that house, you're making 7.6% out the gate, right? Just by taking advantage of it. And then like the pros on this call just mentioned, right? If you do that with the loan, there's even greater value for you in your pocket, right? So it's definitely a win. So getting a house, depreciating it over 27 and a half years, more than likely you'll make 7.5% out the gate.
Gotcha.
And who wants
the MAC numbers right there.
Who wants a $200,000 sitting on the street anyway, man? I mean,
right.
It makes sense in only very few situations, which would be when you're at that point in your life where you may.
I got a lot of baby boomer clients who want to hold on to every penny they got.
But it makes sense for them, right? Because they're at that point. they got more days behind them than they do in front of them. So yeah,
It's just it's a mental thing. It's an era. It's a mental thing. Or it's just like, hey, I'm putting my money under my mattress no matter what. You know?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I think I'm talking to one of y'all about that. It might have been you, Patrick. I know I'm sitting on about 300, but shit, I mean,
it's too much cash, brother.
Yeah, that
$300
267 right now.
Nah,
exactly. That 300 is 225.
I'm looking at debt free soon. I'm trying to be debt free. I'm trying to just pay taxes.
That Reynolds Food restaurant.
Yeah, I'm trying to be taxed.
Is it? But since you mentioned being debt free, is it really advantageous in today's world to really be debt free?
Well, this is the thing.
As a business owner,
this is the thing. It's a mental thing, like Patrick said. Is I want to for a few. Now I might pull the low mark. I might, depends on how crazy it get this September when the rates go down. If that house dipping to the fours, I might have to sell that thing. Like, man, hey, I get that 350, that 400. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I might have to get up off this thing. I've been here a decade, but my thing is, I just want to pay taxes and insurance.
TJ. I mean,
I just want to pay tax insurance for a little while.
I have a friend of mine who actually paid off his house a couple of years back, right here out here in the Woodlands. And when he came, he actually came and asked me, said, "I'm about to pay it off, man. What you think?" And I said, "Well, where you are in your life, you're in a unique situation because you're one of those rare few that's actually stayed in your house for 20 plus years, made the extra payments, was disciplined to save the money, and actually paid it off. And for him, he's that one anomaly that I just gotta say, well, that just says who he is. But for anybody else like you, beat, hell no, I don't pay that thing off, man. You have way more things that you can do as a business owner with that $250,000 that you can pull out.
It's a middle thing. I'm tired of proving that Kobe could hoop. They should know by now Kobe could hoop. You know what I mean? So anything I put my cash, my cash behind is still, I gotta still take that as going to help accelerate. But I'm still going into Kobe could hoop. So I'd rather keep doing what I'm doing, and then make the money, and then hey, this is an asset, and instead of keep chopping down from zero, and then have to build back up. Chopping down from zero, have to build back up. You know what I mean? All right, I got this asset to the side. Let me go ahead and take this other business and build this up, and then it's about stacking assets. You know what I mean? I got too much other stuff in the pot that I'm trying to do OPP or OPM. It's not OPP. It's OPM. You know what I'm saying? The P stands for something else. Pause. You know what I mean? But,
man, OPP sound way fly.
No Diddy.
Yeah,
but technically it is OPP because that's the banks until you pay it off.
Right.
I don't know. It's a lot of people that mortgage payment is their biggest expense, especially once their kids get off the payroll, right? So I sit down with a lot of families who like, Patrick, what can I do to get this house paid off?
Right. I don't know, Pat could be single, so he might be spending some more money on some other thing.
So I get it, and I understand just from a cash flow standpoint, where it's like, hey, I get this mortgage off the books. Now I'm netting, $2,000 or $3,000 more a month cash flow, right? And people want to feel secure. So it's like B said, it all just comes down to your personal perspective,
right?
Because you can give advice all day long, but people need to be comfortable with their plan and their strategy that they have. Right?
It is tempting. It is tempting. Don't get me wrong. Take that 3. I could do a few more houses, get that same cash flow and more that is going to be paid for. If I do it, I don't think I'm going to refund. I think I'm going to sell and probably go somewhere in the country and do these dogs. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, we're all business owners, and so as a business owner myself, if I was in your spot, B, it would be a strong consideration to say, fuck it, I can do more with this cash than I can do with this house. Because this this house is constantly at some point you got to put a roof on it. At some point you're gonna have to do some plumbing work, do a little bit of stuff that you eventually got to do a foundation because you've been in it for 15 years. Little stuff like that kind of adds up.
Right.
Like I say, all right, even get with Patrick and put it in at least like a high yield account or something where you can make some money off of it.
No, I wouldn't put it in a high yield account. That's the stupidest thing you can do.
I mean,
Nah, I would.
That's
You
that
know,
big body talk.
if you gonna make
that's
Kobe
that big
shoot,
body Marlo.
if you gonna
BBM
make Kobe
talking.
shoot, you got to at least put it on the basketball court so he can shoot. You know what I'm
So
saying?
hold on.
Like,
So hold on. Am I understanding this correctly? You saying the money sitting at your house in a safe is going to be a better idea than a high yield savings? Is that what you saying?
nah. He said.
That's what he
That's what he
said.
said.
Nah,
Yes,
he
that's what he
said
said.
That's
that.
what I got, right?
He just said that.
That's
Nah,
what he
he.
said.
Hey,
Nah,
I can only lead him to the water. I can't
That's
make
what
him drink.
CJ said.
You're right.
CJ suggested he do a
CJ
high yield savings account.
Yeah.
When he get the money, do a
Nah,
high
At
yield.
least
nah,
get some kind of return versus no return sitting inside a safe at the house.
No, it's not sitting outside a safe. I don't know where you got that from. I'm talking about in equity. So I would have to sell the house in order to get this equity out of there. You know, so and then I would have to move, which might not be a bad thing because I might need to get outside of HOA because I might want to improve this kennel. So this is yeah, I get that.
I mean,
and it have to be the right circle. But hold on, I'm almost done. But
like I said,
I have to sell them.
Go ahead, BJ.
God
You have
damn.
to sell a house and go
Go
buy a
ahead.
kennel in the country.
Lemon's got that delay, man. You know what I'm saying? So he got that delay over there. He started stopping. You know what I'm saying? He ain't understanding that you trying to finish your point.
Right.
And his point is that he got to sell his house to get the money.
Well, no,
Right. He was talking about the house money and not the money in his mattress.
Right. Well, my
He's talking about the house money.
My second point to what I was saying is that I wouldn't take that money, sell a house, and put it in the high yield interest. That's the worst thing I could do. I would be more active with it where I could actually make money. That high yield interest is gonna make 4% at the best, you know, but maybe 5%. I would actually take that, you know, that money and go ahead and start business and put flames on businesses, you know, and possibly put you know, third of it, fourth of it in real estate, getting a couple of properties to increase that cash flow, and then the rest in businesses, the rest in dogs and other stuff to get that started. But if I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, put the ball on the line, you know, put it on the line, but I'd rather go ahead and, you know, use my hustle, pay this thing off with it, you know, and then keep on using what I got right now to actually eventually get to where I need to get. But I ain't trying to use that money as like my last resort, or if it just happens to go into where I need it to be at the end of the year, where it's damn, the shit done jumped $80,000. Like, oh, I don't know, bro. I might have to, you know what I mean?
Right.
List that thing. But let's get to the next clip.
Man, go and get your HELOC and go and do something with that bread, bro.
Nah, the same thing. You got to pay that HELOC back. That's stupid. You know what I mean?
If you use it though.
I mean, if
you don't use it, you know what I'm saying?
Something that the return is higher than what you got to pay for.
Yeah, but you use it, like I said, the HELOC. I still got a hoop to get that back. You know what I'm saying? And I can still keep the hoop, you know, as I'm going right now, instead of trying to, you know, pull out my money to the hoop. You see what I'm saying? So I'm a hoop regardless. I put my money on line of hoop. I'd rather use OPM.
You're losing me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you get it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have
So,
it.
all right, instead of spending my own money, which I know I could do it.
Okay.
I'd rather keep hustling and use those other people money as opposed to pulling out my money. Now I know it would go faster, but at the same time, I still got to pay it back. You see what I'm saying?
We all know Brandon likes to be in control, man. So I think that's the control. Right?
I mean, that not make sense?
Controlling the money.
Agree to that.
It makes sense. It makes sense because I'm getting to know you pretty well. It makes sense.
Yeah, like why, you know, if I last resort, if I got to put my money on the line, put it on the line like a free throw, I'll go ahead and do that because I know I can make the. But why do that? Why if I could go ahead and get my teammates to shoot, boom, and I could just dish the ball over and get, you know, watch them shoot. Why I gotta shoot my money?
Yeah, I think what he basically saying is no point to tap into equity or get a loan when he can make stuff happen with the cash flow that he has month to month. Is that fair to say?
Right. Now it might trickle a little bit slower.
Right.
But I'd rather be patient and disciplined.
And you don't have that liability hanging over.
I don't have that liability because I got to pay the shit back.
Right. I got you.
That don't make sense to y'all?
I understand. I don't know if it makes sense.
Well,
You gotta pay the other people money back too.
not but the actual what you call them is paying that back. I'm not going in to go out.
He's
I'm
not
already
right. He's not going in his pockets. I'm with
right.
you.
I'm not going in my
I'm
pocket.
with you. I'm with you, B.
I feel you.
So-
You
so-
don't wanna
you want
touch-
the-
you don't wanna
so-
touch
so
a little
I get-
nest egg. You
yeah,
don't
I
wanna
get
touch
it.
a nest egg over there.
You want the reward, but you don't want the risk. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Let them take
Right.
the risk.
Nah, I won't mitigate the risk.
Right.
You see
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So
Mitigate the risk
I
means
rather the
put that on
thing
somebody else.
Nah, hold on. The thing I'm bartering with is time. Now it might take a little bit more time to do this, but that's part of what I'm risking as opposed to get the reward. It's gonna happen.
To
It might
actually,
take a little bit more time,
right.
but the flip side is all right. I got to dig into this to this equity, and then, after that, boom, I'm on the line for everything.
Yeah, because if he making moves with his business, only the business assets are at risk.
Right.
So his personal home and all that is safe.
Right. And I can set that to the side and have that paid off. At least I got somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Boom, I just got to pay taxes and shit, As
So
opposed to,
if worse come to worse, he rent
that.
that thing out. He just had to stay in a room with his tenant.
What's that here?
or pitch a tit out in the backyard.
Hey, I said if worse come to worse.
Right.
If
I wanted to, like I said, if I got this thing paid off, shit, if I wanted to have a roommate and just pay the taxes, I could. Because, that's a possibility.
Hey, that's what might be happening pretty soon if folks trying to get these houses, get this property.
Right. But shit, I'm in, don't forget, I'm in the 1700s. I'm 1700. And then it's gonna go down once I turn 65. So the taxes will go down tremendously.
No, they won't go down, they just won't go back up.
Right.
Right.
They won't keep going up.
So let's go to this last one, or these last couple of ones, and let's get up out of here, man.
Man, you need to re-up, huh?
What's up?
You out.
Rip.
Put extra hour on his papers. Let's say altogether he got away with $210. He really didn't get away with $210 because when I bring people on to do projects, I'm paying them probably less than the market rate. But these are individuals that are looking for work. If you never work for me, you don't have your own tools, I'm not paying you top dollar. So what I was able to get out of him in 3 days, that demo for me is worth way more than $230. So what you do, you get your value on the front end. And if he steals, he made $230, but I got the project completed. So it's a bigger picture. There's value and then there's cost. I got the value out of him and I still paid him. He still got a drill and he'll never work for me again. So who's losing?
So he's losing out on the future dollars.
He's losing out on the future and I still won. That's how you have to run a business. He stole a drill. The drill costs $180 and then he lied about how many hours he worked. He put an extra hour on his papers. Let's say altogether he got away with $210. He really didn't get away with $210 because when I bring people on to do projects, I'm paying them probably less.
All right, so I just wanted to make sure y'all heard it. Bad contractor, man. I know
Cap.
how you
That's
deal with
cap.
Cap.
That's cap.
It's capping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dealing with subs. He's not dealing with a GC.
Like he pulling up the Home Depot.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he pulling up the Home Depot.
Yeah, he ain't messing with no real contract.
He's saying, hey, I'm a lowball you, but as long as
Right.
the project is done, I'm getting the ARV on the back end.
He done found him a
and that's not-
contract on
that's not
Facebook
even-
Marketplace.
Right.
And where he messing up is buying tools for these cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah,
buying no
man.
tools for no
Hey,
contract.
he
You ain't
probably
ready
got
to do the
he
job.
probably got that Walmart Black and Decker set. he ain't tripping on that drill. The battery ain't gonna work in 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
I got a couple of more by this guy. He's like the same one. This dude named Real Estate Jake. I'm not sure where he.
And then at the same time, you're gonna get what you pay for.
Right.
With
That's what I
somebody
was
like that.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, the
You
quality
could
of the
have
work.
project, but the quality probably trash.
And what happens when the inspector comes and say, hey, man, you got to rip all that out and
Right.
do this over, right?
I don't believe that shit. Man,
Right.
So for that cat right there, man. I've dealt with. I got a couple of folks that's in the circle. Oh, you gonna show another video?
Yeah. Let me get to this. Then we can go ahead and discuss it.
Where is he at?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You don't see where he's at, which is kind
In
of
Detroit. In Detroit.
Nah, I think he's
I do.
somewhere tropical. We might be down south.
There's a lot of intrepidation around door knocking. But what I found is that if you go out door knocking with the intent that people will see you, almost to a point where it might feel like theater, meaning I want people to notice that I am knocking on this door. I want the neighbor to look out and go, what is she doing? Because the likelihood is you might come out and talk to me. And then I can say, hey, would you happen to know where this owner is? I've been trying to get in touch with them. And we all know that neighbor is going to offload everything.
What was the statistic we heard earlier about the 80% of conversations?
Yeah, they're stories or gossip. And neighbors will love to tell you, hey, yeah, this house, man, they've left it here. And next thing you know, they'll give you a name and enough for you to be able to move forward and make contact with that owner.
Your strategies and your approach is very on the money. And so that's a piece of information any of you guys can apply to your system.
There's actually an
Cabin or rapping, man.
Go big body, Marlo. Let's see what CJ got to say. Go, CJ.
Yeah, what you got, CJ?
Why y'all coming at me?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
I say cap.
I'm full of the whiskey.
I say cap.
You say she capping?
They gonna see me at 6'4" knocking on the door. They gonna talk to me with that Ring doorbell.
Well, right. That was where I was going with that. Was
it ain't no neighbors coming out looking at you like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be.
It might work for her.
Minutes, it's gonna be a Crown Vic pulling up with some lights on it.
Right. A short story. When I first got into the business with Edward Jones, that was their way of teaching people how to go get clients was door knocking, right? And it worked for all the white dudes. It worked for all the white ladies, but nobody wanted to see a 6 foot, 200-pound black dude walking up their driveway, right?
Hey,
so I
a
tried.
Broker did the same thing, didn't it, Hyman?
It's not for people who look like us, right?
A certain brokerage used to
I'm gonna use
do the same thing.
You can't go door knocking because you'll get a gun pulled on you, the police called on you, and all that all day.
I ain't never had a gun pulled on me, but I didn't talk to a lot of people through a Ring doorbell, through a door. Never had anybody willingly come and talk to me outside.
Right.
Let me use the famous words of Hyman Chevalier. I mean, excuse me.
Are you drinking over there?
I'm Chevalier.
You drinking over there?
No, well, me and Hyman, we third cousins. We go way back.
Yeah,
man.
I combined y'all two together. Let me use the famous words of Patrick, man. Everything works, nothing doesn't.
Right.
You know, so is it work? Is there a better way to spend your time? Absolutely. You know, you got to look at the actual reach. You know, the return on investment. You know, can you get a client? Yeah, it's better than doing nothing. It's better than watching YouTube clips. It's better than denting up the couch.
True.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but is it just like with diets? All right, one of those protein bars is better than eating a slice of pizza. But is it actually healthy for you?
Yeah.
You know, so there's better ways to spend your time. Like, I mean, I used to, when I first started the business, I used to do it smart. I used to have write my own newsletters called The Power of Ownership. And I used to put them on doors.
Shameless
watch people. Huh?
Shameless plug.
Then I got wires that turned to digital, and then it became a podcast. You know, so, but when back in those analog days, I used to hit apartment complexes and all that till they ran me out of there. So, but did it work? Yeah, I got phone calls and I got deals offered. I got enough to get me started. I mean, it's better.
Were you door knocking for a conversation, or were you doing door hangers? Were you just?
I was doing door hangers, door knocking.
You weren't knocking to have a conversation.
Right. Yeah,
I'm talking about knocking to have a conversation.
Yeah, no, it was more strategic for me. It's like I know they wasn't going to talk to me.
Yeah, that ain't the same.
Yeah,
you ain't
right.
The doorbell, knocking on the door, taking 2 steps back, waiting.
Right.
Yeah. No, I just did it a little bit smarter. The same concept is door to door. However, I'm not. Hey, let the. They didn't think somebody. The way I know CJ remember because he's been there from day one. Those power of ownership. What I would do is I would write it myself in those articles. You didn't think somebody of color wrote that. And those genius articles, that it was interesting, and and
Capping
people.
about his writing skills, huh?
Right.
Let's see. Hey, you remember I might have digged some of those up. You know.
You know
remember
what I
those?
found is I don't have to be a great writer anymore because of
Chat
that
GPT.
co-pilot AI that I got.
Yep.
Man, it's
Yeah,
sweet.
now this was raw skills back in the day.
I put something together
AI.
and I say, hey, please rewrite this and make
Yeah.
it sound engaging
Right.
and simple.
Mhm.
And then it's like, bam, okay, hold on, rewrite it again. Okay, I like that. Done.
Right.
Done.
So yeah,
Done.
this was before that time. So, but yeah, man, like I was saying, it worked. I mean, you know, everything worked, nothing doesn't. So I did something to get started. Because, like I said, and I did that coupled with my open houses, which I still do to this day.
Yeah,
And
but they ain't
like
the
I
same.
said, I didn't do it. Huh?
I said, yeah, but that ain't the same.
Say it again.
Yes.
That's what door knocking. Yeah, slight twist. Yeah, I don't
Nah,
do things.
You wasn't door knocking.
Exactly
You was door hanging. Door knob
So
hanging.
so
Yeah,
it's a
on to the
difference
next.
between advertising and prospecting, right? What B was doing was advertising, what CJ was doing was prospecting.
Yep.
right.
The difference. So
Yeah, but
somebody
yeah,
has to tell you no. And
Right.
he
gotta
was
get
he was waiting
Somebody
for
has
that
to
no.
not
try it
answer the
one time.
door, tell you to
Right.
keep it moving.
Right.
Yeah, you got to try it one time, B, just to see how cold you are in front of people that don't want you there.
I mean, for what? I mean, that'd be outside sales.
I mean, at the,
And I do that anyway. It's the same thing with the open houses. They don't want me there.
I'm gonna tell you.
But
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I think I'm gonna put a blanket statement on this. Anyone who's ever been successful in business has done some form of door knocking or door-to-door sales or face-to-face sales because it
defining the
toughens you.
business.
What's that?
Defining the business.
Defining the business.
Yeah, real estate is the whole.
I mean, any type of sales. We don't have to
All
put
right,
it in
well,
boxes. Real estate.
according to your
But
words, I didn't do door knocking, and I'm successful.
I think it will make you better. It will make you better as a realtor, not necessarily as a loan officer. LO, you got it. But as a realtor, to go out there and hit some doors like that in the hot sun, and see where you really are, it's a whole nother animal, man.
Nah, again, I think there's a better way to.
I don't disagree that it's always a better way to do it, but
Right.
sometimes just going back to the old fashioned way of trying
So keep
and
it
doing
simple,
it,
huh? Yeah.
and just
simple.
really getting after it. It's something totally.
Nah.
It creates a whole nother animal inside of you.
Hey,
Nah.
if that 5G network go down, you or that Wi-Fi go down, and you can't send this email or this this CRM.
I think I'm at the point in my life because I'm doing a lot of you know, I've been on this 12-week grind and a lot of spiritual growth. I think that's a lot of you scared to let go of certain things, and certain things you got to let go and embrace the new technology and embrace the new way of living and embrace the new world as it is. The way the world was is no longer. It's a memory now. So you can't, just because you long for it or urge for it doesn't mean that it's going to be like that. So you gotta adapt or die. Like, you know, it's the 50s and the 60s are not coming back. The 70s are not coming back. The 90s are not coming back. You know, it's 2024 and the time waits for no man. So I think it's yeah. If you're talking mentally, yeah, but is it going to benefit me? Why would there's so much technology? I could get to tens of thousands of people within a second. Why would I try to do one person at a time, you know, and talk to a person? Why when I could go on Eventbrite and say I want a webinar and I could pack 200 people, you know, and talk to 200 people at a time? Why when I could go live on my Instagram and I could talk to thousands of people at a time? Why would I go one by one?
Sometimes
The technology,
it's a combination of both.
Right.
Huh?
Sometimes it's a combination of both.
Well, even let's talk analog. There's a better way to do analog. Let's say I go to an event. I got a couple of hundred people there, you know, that I can talk to one-on-one, as opposed to knocking on somebody's door. What is it? And as technology, there's byproducts of technology as well.
So this is what I mean, B. So let's say, for example, you do an open house, you do a blast online, you send it out to everybody in the neighborhood, but then you backdoor it with door knocking or getting out in front of people physically that's them seeing you again in addition to seeing you digitally.
I got that. I get you. But we're talking to Hyman Point. Y'all talk about me moving to go. That's moving to go. But that's something.
How's that moving to go, Paul?
Yeah, we talking about cold calling, door knocking. We talking about we're not talking about couple with digital. Hold on, let me.
I think if
hold on, bro. Hold on. That mean keep going. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But now, what I was about to say is that, yeah, I mean, yes, I get it if it's mental, but I think the world has changed. I think you can easily do more things. Those things weren't available back then. The technology wasn't there. So you just got to take advantage of the technology. And what I was about to say, I had to recall one of the byproducts of technology is people becoming more protective. So you got the Ring. Now you didn't have that a few years ago. So now people technology is there. I don't have to let you in my house. I don't have to breathe. I don't have to, see you because there's a threat. I can kind of protect myself and use that Ring. So people not going to come to the door. Why do that? And the technology is there. That's old school. That was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, where I had to come to the door to see who was there. You don't have to do that anymore. So you're going against technology. So it just doesn't make any sense. So
the video you saying you said that everything works, nothing doesn't.
Right.
So what is it? Does door knocking work or
based on your word, yeah. Can it work? Yes. But is that the best way for me to spend my time? No.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
CJ,
yeah.
I think it depends.
You can go first, CJ. I got after you.
No, I think it depends too, because especially now in real estate, we got different levels, different generations in this space. Some people, especially the boomers, will appreciate a door knock versus seeing you on Facebook or whatever. They might not even know how to work Facebook.
Right.
But if they see you on Facebook and then they see you out there, and they might want to come out there and talk to you, but you just never know. So that's why I say I think it's a combination of both, and it depends on the demographic of who you're going after. Because if you're looking at millennials, Gen Zs, they might appreciate more of a digital reach compared to in person. So I think you got to approach it from different aspects depending on who your target is.
Yeah, I in regard to that, I think you should do something that you like to do. Right. Some people like to talk to people and walk up to people's houses and they enjoy it. They like to exercise.
Right.
And they want to use that as a strategy because it feels good. Okay, bam, then go do that. But like I said, me, 6 foot, 200-pound black dude walking in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? I see the police car pull up and park. It's like, nah, I don't want any of that attention or be around that activity. So I'm gonna go find something else to do that fits who I am.
Exactly. And don't forget that you are the brand. You got to protect your brand and you got to protect yourself as a person. Don't forget there's too many. You're on these people's property. So, it could be all kind of misunderstandings nowadays. Oh, shit, I thought you were looking into my house, so I blew you away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
With the they got the new open carry laws now. Anybody could have something on them.
Yeah. Right. So why would I risk it? There's so many other things to do technology wise and to find people that like me. So also I think if I'm a hot red bone and it's different with a mini skirt on, I got a better chance of somebody coming out the door and talking to me. Nobody want to talk to a big 400-pound black dude that could possibly whoop him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, you ain't about to whoop nobody.
But then they don't know that. They that's like that. The first thing is like with men, especially, they size you up. So oh damn, I can't whoop them. So it's automatically intimidation there. So
that depends on the type of man. I don't know about that, bro. Like that.
It's instinctual. It's just biology. I
wouldn't be scared of you knocking on my door, man.
I mean, but we kind of in a similar, tall black dudes with beards. I mean, but but if you're 100 and 10-pound housewife, you know, it's a different ball game. Like I can't do nothing with it. If this man is a psychopath, what they
Hey,
are,
but
you know, I can't do
the,
nothing with them.
the majority, well, they like tall, dark, and handsome though.
Yeah,
So
but
they
it's
might
so,
open the door for you, boy.
we talking about small percentages of you know, and then it's the time consuming. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, ding.
Right. Very
And
true.
I can
All
do
right,
the
B.
click, click, click.
Very
So
true.
here's the thing. Right?
Thousands.
I'm gonna speak from personal experience of knocking doors and knocking doors in the most stressful situation. I knock doors for foreclosures. So
God.
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
you a
like,
G.
yeah. So knowing that you're going to go and do that, what it did for me, it helped me understand how to handle people in stressful situations. Number one. So for us representing buyers and sellers, there's always that stressful moment in a transaction. I think CJ and everybody can account for that. Number two, it helped me understand how to handle objections and rejections. Right? You don't no amount of scripts, no amount of calls, no amount of that can build you up when you face to face with a family who's saying like they could lose their house next month. You got to be strong and you have to be ready. That's
Yep.
number two. Number three, when you're out there walking in the Texas sun, you're like, man, fuck this, I'm ready to go home, man. I'm tired. But yet you say you told yourself, all right, I need to knock these doors because I have this list in front of me. I need to get all these doors, whether they talk to me or not. I need to try my best to meet that goal that I set for myself. Now, by doing that back about 3-4 years ago, it helped me be better today. Sometimes you gotta like how you like to use the basketball analogy. Kobe didn't get cold at shooting that mid-range jumper unless he shot over 1,000 mid-range jumpers every day in the gym. Whether he wanted to, whether he could get in the gym, he had to wait for somebody to open up the gym. He had the key to the gym. He had to go shoot that those 1,000 shots of mid-range jumpers. That's what door knocking does. It allows you to get those reps up. It allows you to develop that muscle memory in the brain and the ability to move past it to go to the next stage. I can say 100%. Hey, as a rookie agent, hey, get out there and hit the doors and see, and do it for a week and just do it and see how you feel, because that helps you get better. You may not feel like you're getting better at that moment, but a year from now, 6 months from there, or a year from there, you'll realize, damn, that helped me because I was able to handle so many stressful situations, which all real estate is just stressful situation at different moments or at different times. Period. A lot of rookie agents, since they haven't dealt with that before, that was it.
You yield the floor?
Yield.
Yeah, I mean, I get it if I was a 21-year-old fresh out of college, bro. But you see these gray hairs? My daughter's 26 years old.
But bro, you're still a rookie in real estate.
Don't matter.
You're 40 years old. You still be a rookie in real estate.
Real estate, it don't matter the
on
product.
300,
Hold on, TJ, before you cut me off. I was in mid-sentence. Real estate is the product. The same. The profession is the same. It's all sales. So it don't matter what I'm selling. If it's furniture, if it's myself, if it's real estate, it's all sales. I've been doing this thing for 30 plus years. So it don't matter the product. I could hoop, whether it's Madison Square Garden or whether it's in Croatia. The ball is the same. So it's all selling people. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So stressful situations, yeah. Try working and waiting on 200 people a week at Gallery Furniture with a maniac, a stark raving maniac yelling in your ear. You talking about stress? Try to do your talk down and try to do your talk down when you got a person that's want to jump off a ledge because they think you're ripping them off or something like that, because they don't understand margin. They don't understand how loans work. So I've been doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? So real estate is just the latest rendition, you know, so it's all the same. So if it's brand new, yeah, you cut your teeth in door knocking because you don't have the experience. I have probably more reps than probably anybody in the United States besides Mattress Mac and some of those guys that's been at Gallery Furniture, because we had the busiest furniture store in the planet. That's for per square foot. So I waited on so many people. So every type of personality you could think of, I waited on.
Right. So with all of that said, nobody's discrediting your sales skills. I think that Mr. Hyman made a lot of good points just about personal development and what he learned. Right. Door knocking is hard, and if you come out of it on the other end, more than likely you'll come out a better individual just because you made contact with so many people. Is that fair to say? You made some good
Yeah,
points.
fair to say.
That's fair because
situational.
they was coming to gallery furniture looking for the furniture, right? You're not knocking their door. They're not looking for you to knock on their door. They're not looking for you that way.
Correct, but then you didn't hear me when I said when I first got into mortgages. I did actual door to door. When I was in high school, I did door to door sales for vacuum cleaners. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, bro. I'm 47 years old, so it's the latest rendition of the same thing. So you can't say I need to get better as far as development. I'm one of the coldest on the planet. You telling that's what I meant by you telling Kobe, can you hoop? Can you hoop, Kobe? Yeah, Kobe can hoop.
Hey, the numbers came out. Kobe
Kobe's
only
a Hall
got
of Famer.
9%.
Huh? Say it again.
On that GOAT talk, Kobe only got 9%.
9% of what?
9% said he's the GOATest, the greatest of all time. In comparison to what? To Mike?
No, and you asked
Dr.
Kobe
J
if he could play basketball. Yes, Kobe could play basketball. He's one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying.
Right. Right. Well, with that said,
and y'all forget B sitting on 300, man. He don't need this.
Right. You don't need to go door to door, man.
You need to do no door knocking. What's wrong with y'all?
I mean, you try to say that I personally need to go door knocking and make me a better salesman. Get that. Kobe, you need to shoot some more threes. That'll make you a better basketball player. Knock it off.
Yes, he shot more threes to make him a better shooter.
No. You telling Kobe to shoot more threes. See, if you shoot more threes, Kobe, you'll be a better basketball player. Come on, man. Kobe in the Hall of Fame. Kobe's immortalized. Knock it off.
We got it, B. You the Kobe of sales. We got it. You the Kobe of sales. We get it.
And today is almost the 24th, so we talking about it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It's almost 4:24. You know what I mean? So it's almost goddamn mama time. You know what I mean? So Kobe, man, come on, man. I'm Kobe of this. So yeah, I teach this.
I mean, 824. What is 424, man?
Yeah. So it is what it is. But I think I had one more for the road, bro. One more for the road. We'll roll out of here.
All right, bet.
Yeah. Like I said, I was gonna actually two more since I got this up already. Let me go ahead and run this one. Since you like grinding, come on, bro. I'm the ultimate grinder.
Pause.
Kobe.
I'm doing is I'm looking at the hot sheet on the MLS. I'm seeing what came on the market, what's available, what's trading, what's not, because you really have to know your backyard. You got to know your market. The more you watch how the market changes, the easier it is to make quick decisions when you see properties. Good properties move fast. So you only have a limited amount of time. Sometimes you don't even get to view the inside of the property. So be able to strike and make a fast decision on very little information. Best way to know that is to know your market, know what other things are trading for.
When you say grinding, what does that mean?
Grinding. Wake up around 5:36.
You're waking up at 5:30 or 6 now?
Uh-huh.
What are you getting after?
The first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at the hot sheet on the MLS. I'm seeing what came on the market.
So I got one more. I just had to play that one real fast since I was already up on his page. You know what I'm saying? But let's get this. This is my favorite clip of the week, man, right here. I had
CJ, do you actually use the hot sheets?
Nope.
What is a hot sheets?
What you do is you set up in the MLS, you set up every house that came on the market that day, and it automatically sends you an email to tell you what they are. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Now I do it like if I got a listing and I'm want to keep my client abreast of what's going on, I do a hot sheet for that area.
Well, I
But
think
I
what
don't
he
do
was
it for the
saying,
whole city.
what he was saying, and everybody got their own technique and how they want to tackle the industry. That's what I like about it. It's two separate things. It's prospecting and that's selling. You know, so as far as prospecting, what he's doing is he's actually viewing and getting in touch and going out there to the hot sheet and making himself busy. I think there's a better way to skin a cat, but that's what part of his process. You know, like I said, I rather do it a different way, but that's one of his things. You know,
But that's the thing here, though. Like if you looking at stuff that hit the MLS, you already lost.
what you mean? Oh, you talking about pre?
Yeah. If you're an
Right.
investor looking for property, if it's on MLS, it's a wrap.
Right.
You want to
I
find
think
something. You want to find off market.
right.
So
Again,
you hot sheet or not, I mean, it's already got baked in price. You're not gonna win. Or depending on your strategy, in most cases, if they're looking for something that they can get below market value, it's gonna more or less have to be off market. If you find something on the MLS, more than likely it's gonna be closer to market value, in my opinion.
And then what
Now,
you got to
Hyman
deal
can
with
speak,
is
yeah, Hyman can speak more on that, but
what you
Corey,
got to deal with is, you know what I'm saying, once it actually hits the MLS, you got to deal with a whole bunch of newbie investors that's going to bid the price up. So then at that point, you know what I'm saying, it ain't really worth it at that point.
the realtor has it listed, so our fees are on there too.
Right. So let
Correct.
me ask you this. I was thinking that he was a realtor looking for clients to buy and or sell their house.
Exactly.
But the way
And
he
so
was
he was,
talking in
and
the
so
other
he was,
videos, he sounded like he was an investor.
okay.
No,
So
he's
I
a
thought he
realtor.
was going around looking, okay, this is going down in this neighborhood. I know this guy who wants to buy a house. Maybe if I check it out, it looks good. Maybe I'll introduce it to my client. Or it's on the MLS on the hot sheet. Let me go talk and see what I can do for the seller. Right. That's what I was thinking he was doing.
Right. That's what he's a realtor.
For that,
Uh,
for him, what we were taught to do is to go and, if you like a neighborhood or you have an ideal neighborhood you want to deal with, you go and kind of ride the neighborhoods, go look at the house that just came on the market to see what it's about. In case you just want to say, I am the local. What is it called? What we call it, CJ, is a local expert. The local expert
Yeah.
of that area. That's what he's pretty much doing. But as far as trying to find opportunities for as an investor, yeah, I think CJ hit the nail on the head. The nail on the head. It's already done. Anything that was a good opportunity was there is already done. You kind of want to wait till after 30 to 60 days for what he's doing. The house has been sitting. They got a bunch of showings. No opportunities to hit. They declined every investor's offer. Now you come back with them a better offer with a better understanding. You can get that deal then.
Yep.
correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm new to that as far as the logistics, but wouldn't you have clients that's on different phases of the funnel? So let's say, for example, I have retail clients. I would use that hot list to actually start probing some of the prospects for my buyer client that might be in the market. So, hey, look, I got a hot property that just came on the market. I went checked it out the other day. Here's my personal video, and this is right in your particular price range. I think this is a good property for you.
I mean,
No.
yeah, you can do that, but at the same time,
Fuck no.
in a market like this, if you
no.
have it set
Don't
up
even- don't even-
properly,
hey,
you're going to
CJ,
have them. They're going to get the same email you got at the same time. So they're going to see it before, even at this, like right when you see it.
Right, but don't forget
to save you on that
don't
one,
forget the
CJ.
prospecting and sales. That's where the sales come in.
No, like this is what I'm saying. You want to
told you, I was
prospect
trying to
for your
save you,
client. You want
CJ.
to find properties for your client. If it's something that's on the MLS, if you set it up properly, you're both going to get the notification at the same time.
Right,
So
right. But see, that's the thing is passive and active. I've seen and it's both. I've seen realtors have both type of techniques. I've seen brokers that actually they'll sell them a house, and I've seen brokers and realtors that wait till they sell themselves and have them. And we used to call in the sales industry clerk it. I'll ring you up. And there's people that actually sell them. Hey, I seen this. This is perfect for you. This is your list. It's got all your stuff that you check your boxes. This is it. And they'll hype it up.
Right. I'm following you.
No.
I mean, if
You
you're
say
doing
no.
if you're doing right by your client, you're gonna send them everything that falls in their criteria.
Right. But don't forget that if I waited till everybody say yes, I want this, I'll start the debt. I'll be goddamn $120. Most customers need that push. You know, you got to push them, and you have to guide them to what they want. They already told you what they wanted. Your job as a salesperson to guide them and curate that experience. So this depends on your technique. Some people, hey, this way, hey, I want this, and I don't push nothing, and blah blah blah. And there's some people that I've seen, like I've seen a couple of agents. All right, boom, hey, this is the house for you. They're gonna listen. Blah blah blah. They use my technique. Listen. All right, cool. Boom. Now I'm going to find what you're saying, and then once I find what you're saying, I'm gonna make you try to sell me to try to not take this because you told me already this is what you want.
Yeah. People lie.
I get that. I'm saying
So,
though, from an MLS standpoint, you're both gonna get the same listing at the same time. You ain't gonna have time to go see it and be like, "Hey, I already checked this out." Y'all gonna see it at the same time. Be like, "Okay, what you think about this? Let's go check this out." You ain't gonna have time to go see it.
That's not how people shop. I give you an example. Don't forget, we do this every day. I give you an example, like with gallery furniture, I could have something, they'll pass by something, they didn't even know that was there. I had to point it out to them. Like, nah, this is what you're looking for right here, because I know what I'm looking at. They don't know what they're looking at. They're just looking at houses. So after a while, they kind of look all alike. You're giving them too much choices. So now I have to give them the eyes. Like, hey, you said the pool. You said you wanted in this school district. You said you wanted in this. This says everything. Look, did you see this? Blah, blah, blah. Let's go check this one out. You know, and that's another thing. Is like it just depends on the dynamic of the actual of the client. So a lot of clients.
That's cap.
No, I feel him. I felt him when he said you're giving them too many choices.
If you give them too many choices,
I'm like IT say, man, I've been doing this before. I just forgot more than you never know what to do with this thing, man.
That is a thing. You don't want to give people more than 2 or 3 choices.
Right. Yeah. If you waiting for them to choose, you're gonna starve. They'll never choose. They don't know what
furniture ain't have no MLS.
So I think what CJ is saying is that it's not feasible to drive to look at something the day of it comes out that morning.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Unless you have access to off-market property, there is no way to beat your client to seeing a property that's going on the MLS.
Investor-wise, I agree with you.
No, I think
regardless
I
of
think what B is saying is
retail.
The client is going to get the email, but Brandon is going to do the video and say, "Hey, man, I checked out this house. You probably saw it on MLS this morning. It had this, this, and this." If it's
he ain't going up before they. That's what I'm saying.
Is that what he's saying?
He ain't going out there to video the house before they see it.
Nah, the dude was that he showed you that's what he does.
He's not.
No, not before the client
online. He's right in the neighborhood.
The client is going to see the email.
Yeah, you bring me the personal. I'm just showing you where that could work.
Right.
No.
Yeah, not saying that wouldn't be my technique at all.
So how many clients do realtors typically have that are looking to buy a house at one time?
Oh, it could be a ton.
Multiple. It's multiple.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you,
if this guy had like 8 or 9 people who wanted to buy a house, then it would make sense for him to go and do that.
No,
exactly.
No, Time out, B. No, it wouldn't. Shivani, no, it wouldn't. Because them 8 or 9 people do not want to live. All of them want to live in the same area.
Exactly.
You might have 3 that want to be on the north side, 2 maybe on the east side, 3 maybe on the west side.
Exactly.
I get that, but if you trying to champion one particular or a couple of particular subdivisions and you prospected from that subdivision, a lot of times they're gonna probably want to live in that where you prospected.
No.
So it just depends on how you want to set up your business.
Right.
If that's your business, if you trying to be the champion of Upper Katy, You know, and all I do is get customers in this area, and I move them. I list and I get people that's trying to move to this area. It would make sense for me to get the hot sheet in this area. Hey, man, this came in effect this morning in Upper Katy. This is my area. I'm the neighborhood expert. Boom, and this matches the client that I already got pre-qualified.
So okay. Question B: if that's the case, you're not sending them the list of available properties as soon as they become available.
I think was not clicking in your.
No, you ain't answering my question, bro.
Yes, I just said yes.
Don't move the needle, man. Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on, Kobe. Hold on, Kobe.
Hold up. It's a yes or no answer.
Yes.
Okay. So if they get it, you're getting it at the same time. There is no way that you'll be able to go video that house before they see it.
It don't matter if they see it or not. The problem is your salesmanship or what they're seeing.
Right.
If you set the criteria for what they want,
you're missing it. You don't underestimate salesmanship.
I understand salesmanship, but if you're doing a proper evaluation of what your client needs, you're sending them exactly what they want. It's not going to be a whole bunch of houses for them to see. They're going to get exactly what meets their criteria.
Let me ask you this: you waiting on them to say yes? What harm would it be?
No, I'm not.
So, what's your technique? What's to get them to actually commit the green light?
When something hits the market, you both get notified.
Okay.
Like, hey, a house just hit the market that meets your criteria.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
We got that.
Yeah. So
you're gonna wait. So you saying to wait till they see it and to go see it together is better than, hey, I thought this was. Listen to this. I thought this was the perfect house for you. I'm putting a personal touch. I got up this morning out my bed because I got excited about this property. I already videoed it for you. This is
that
the
ain't
one.
happening.
So you don't. No, but Patrick, you a little bit more.
Hey, Hyman, is it happening? Is it gonna happen, Hyman?
Not a realtor. He has no idea.
Right, Hyman, is it gonna happen?
Patrick has no idea.
But that's why he's objective. He's objective. As a consumer, what would have more punch
as a consumer?
As far as sales?
I don't know. It reminds me of a book, From Good to Great. If you want to be good, the email will suffice. If you want to be great, you driving at 5 a.m. to go make that video.
With that being said, let's go ahead and finish this last clip.
Hold on, time out. You can't.
Nobody opening no houses at 5 o'clock, Patrick. I'm just telling you.
I'm not saying, but you missing the gist of what he's saying. If he already been out there,
you're right.
Hold on, B. It's the personal touch. Man, I had you in mind.
As a business
that creates an obligation, reciprocity.
Wait.
Hold on, man. Listen to what I'm saying.
You're right, B. I'm agreeing with you, man. You're right.
Hold on. Patrick's my client. And I know exactly what Patrick wants. I got up out my bed to go check out this house because I was excited for him. And I conveyed it. I sold that to him. Hey, man, look, man. Hey, this house is smoking right. It went on today. I know you probably got an email. Man, I already took video for you. I thought this is the one. This is the one right here, man. When you want to see it, that enthusiasm is infectious. It's contagious.
True. But then I'd be like, nah. I got
a better shot. But I got a better shot. And then I'm gonna make
pictures and I appreciate the video, but nah. Let's see what
it's like. You gonna video the outside of the house because you ain't gonna be able to get inside.
No, but I consider if I got a super on it.
No, but it's a lot of things that you can do with that, right? If you go and you shoot one video every day, you got content for months and months to flood.
Exactly.
I got marketing channels as well, in addition to trying to sell.
So you went from doing something for your client to doing something for your marketing.
Well, I'm saying you can multi-purpose it. That's what I'm thinking. You can multi-purpose.
If he says, "Nah, I don't like it. Nah, I don't want to see it." All right, boom. At least I punched the bag with my maximum velocity.
I got you.
Now I'm just gonna go chuck it on. Oh well, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use those scraps. I'm gonna make instead of making a chicken sandwich, I'm gonna make chicken soup.
Right.
I'm gonna put it online. Hey.
But I feel what y'all are saying. It's probably not the most.
Wait, hold on.
time to do that either.
Hold on, B. the idea of every time that you see a property that possibly you think in your mind that meets what your buyer is wanting, and to go jump up and shoot a video of it, no. In this industry and on our side as a realtor, you're gonna say, hey, look, did you see that email this morning? Hey, what's your schedule look like today? Can you want to go view it today? They'd be like, no, maybe, whatever the reasoning may be. You say, well, hey, here's what I can do. I can go check it out and video it for you. What you think? They'd be like, yes, that'll be great. Then you go and make that move, because then you're saying, well, you know what? My agent's gonna get out there and get it for me on my behalf. If they tell you, well, I'm not sure yet, or well, nah, let me think about it, let me ask my wife, or whatever the case may be, you hold tight. You do not jump up and go out and video every house that hits the market. That does not make business sense, B. Business sense. It does not make business sense. Now, as far as creating, and hold up. As far as creating a great relationship with your client, you can do that without even having to move your car or spend time or spend gas or spend money to go out there. You can do that versus every conversation that you have. When in this world, you have got to understand that every connective tissue that you're creating a stronger bond with your client does not always mean you got to move your car. Sometimes it's about you just call and say, hey man, how did it go with the kids' game? Did they win? That is connecting, because you knew they had a game that weekend. Did they win? No, they lost. Oh man, that's messed up, man. We got to get back in there. We got to go out there and get them in the driveway and shoot some jump shots. That's connective with them without you having to drive 30 miles to go find the house that you thought that may work for them. You don't have to do that, B. Bang. You're right.
Yeah.
You will be spending so much money just trying to go video every house that hit the market that you think that may work for them.
It's
you
free.
You gotta get better. It ain't free.
What you mean it's not free?
It's not free.
You gotta weigh gas and get up out there.
That's the
no,
thing.
No.
Drive all over town.
See how you roll that phone up? When you leave your desk, hold up. Here's the best way. When you leave your desk, your clock starts as far as your pay. If you leave your desk, your clock starts. I earn $30 or $40 an hour when I move my desk. For me, I tell my investors, hey man, we can talk all day on the phone. I can send you all types of stuff via email, whatever the case may be. But as soon as I get in my car, hey, clock starts. We finna get paid. And if we ain't ready to get paid, then you might want to say, hey, nah, not yet. Let me check some more stuff, or check on this for me, or check on that for me, because they know, hey,
you gotta land the plane.
Money's time to get paid. You land the plane as the pilot.
No, you gotta land the plane. Come on, man. You know,
I land the plane how I choose to land the plane.
Come on, man.
I'm not jumping up for every time a new house hits the market or an opportunity shows. I'm gonna talk to my client. Hey, what you think about this one?
No, I think you missed the point. Land the plane mean wrap it up. Like, come on, man, make your point and then come on.
I think.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
you cannot jump up every 5 minutes.
Hold on.
You think a house hits the market.
I'm lying to rebut. Let me rebut what he's saying. First of all, you wouldn't go 30 miles away. That makes no sense. You would probably do your neighborhood or neighborhood in proximity to you to really, if you want to be the expert. You wouldn't go.
You're a rookie, CJ.
Yeah, like come on, bro. I would do Cinco. I would do somewhere in Katy if I wanted to. I would do somewhere in my proximity. I wouldn't do Memorial. That would make no sense.
You're a rookie.
You know, so
hey, you can be 10 minutes up the road. I ain't jumping in my car for 10 minutes up the road, man.
So, but you jump in your car. You jump in your car to go to the store. You jump in your car to go to Walmart. You jump in the car to go to the churches.
It's personal, man.
Yeah, but you jump in the car anyway.
When you call me and say, "Hey, B, let's go look at this house." Hey, clock starts. Hey, you sure you ready to go do this?
It depends on how you want to do the business. It depends on how you want to be.
How you feel about them? Oh, if they don't worry, I ain't going nowhere. If you can't answer my question, I ain't going nowhere.
I've seen realtors do it both ways. We talk about the ones that's doing it like I said, that they usually go into contract within a couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Don't believe that shit. Don't believe that.
I've seen it.
Don't believe that. Like in the video. Like in the video.
Yes.
CJ, you better tell him. Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
Hey.
Don't believe that.
Usually, the ones, it just depends on the personality of the realtor. The realtors that's aggressive, they usually go under contract. The weekend I get them that Monday, they have a contract.
It's a way to be aggressive without having to go see the house. So, for example, If I set up if Patrick's my client, I set his criteria up. He gets notified. I get notified.
We got that. We got that.
Like, hey, instead of me going, I'm gonna hit him up first. Like, hey, this matches exactly what you're looking for. Let's go check it out. I'm hitting him up in the morning.
Tell him, see that.
And like, hey, this is exactly what you're looking for. This bathroom got wallpaper in it, though. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with it? We going to go check it out. I'm not going to go do a video of this house because you're not going to get in the house in the first place at 5 in the morning.
If they have a super.
It's hours set on the super.
Okay. What's the hours? 8 to 5?
It's like 8 to whatever they say.
Right, so 8 o'clock.
You ain't going in at 5 in the morning. You can go take a picture, do video, like do a selfie of the outside of the house if you want to. But you ain't going to get to see the inside of the house, no way.
Don't forget that he's on the West Coast, so it might have different rules, bro.
Okay, we talking about the rules here. We talking about the rules here.
But you're taking the rules what he said on the video and applying them here, and it's out of context.
No,
we don't know where Buddy is at.
He said he was doing it at 5 or 6 in the morning.
He's a stock in California.
At 5 or 6 in the morning in the video.
Yeah, he gets started. You might go eat breakfast. It might work out. You don't know. So you're taking that and blowing it out of context.
No, he said he was grinding, which means getting the hot sheets and visiting the house first thing in the morning.
But does that mean
nothing about no breakfast?
That's what he said.
I'm just saying. You just said, but he can take an hour to review the hot sheet and brush his teeth and then get started at 6. Might open at 6. Who knows? But that's beside the point. You get caught in the minutia. The point is that you got. I've seen them done both ways. I'm not saying again everything works, nothing doesn't. I've seen people that are a little bit more aggressive. They actually, and I can see where that could work. Where you go ahead and sell the house to them, and use that enthusiasm, use salesmanship, and at least if that doesn't work, at least I got content.
I think it works more for you for content than for your client, in my opinion.
That's your opinion. I see, and based on what I've seen I've got the realtors that's more aggressive that single out these houses instead of just waiting for them to say so. The ones that single out the houses, they go into contract quicker. They sell them the house.
You can single it out without going to see the house. That's what I'm saying.
What's wrong going? If it's in my neighborhood and I want to be visible and I got my signs on it, what's wrong with going?
Hey, good luck getting in. That's all I'm saying.
No, but if it's open, that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. Like, do I get more coverage? Do I get more points inside or outside? Do I have a better opportunity going outside? Like you said, you want me to y'all contradict yourself. Y'all want me to door knock, but if I'm in the neighborhood checking out a house and I'm videoing, that's a little bit more productive thing. So you want me to door knock that I'm not welcome to, as opposed to go to check out a house for a client that could possibly lead to something. That's a bad thing. It don't make sense. Make sense.
I'm just saying this cap. You talking about that's what you're doing first thing in the morning when the house
makes
hit the market.
Okay, B. To make it make sense, B. To make it make sense is I'm gonna speak for me. I'm gonna speak for you, CJ. We have
hold on, just speak for you, bro. I don't know what you're about to say.
You're on that big body below. That's what that is. I'm on that whiskey. You're on the below.
Again,
here's the thing, B. We have wait, hold on. As a realtor, we have a checklist. Before we jump in the car, we want to get certain things checked off. You know what I'm saying? The basic stuff is they approve. Of course, we know that. We want to know to make sure, okay, is this something that you're interested in? If you're not really interested in it, we're not moving. We're not jumping in the car. We're not doing any of that. He's talking about as far as trying to know what his. I'm not trying to know individual marketplaces, man. We'll be all over the city every day just trying to get be an expert in certain sub-markets. I have a listing that's hold on, time out. I have a listing that's maybe 20 minutes from me. I've been to that house 4 times, and it's 20 minutes from me. It's like go up the street, 5 lights, and I'm there. I don't go there every day, and I know the area. But for me, it's about, is me going to this house a good use of my time? No, it's not. Right. As a listing agent or even as a buyer's agent, because my sign is in your yard.
You run your business different. You're not on.
But that's the thing. Media. That's the thing. Even if you're on social media, you go in and look at a house and you put it up, say, hey man, this house just hit the market. Call me if you want to do something with it. right?
Mhm.
If that's your intention, then you know, regardless whether your buyer wants it, you know, when you get up and say, I'm gonna go video this house, whether my people want it or not, I'm gonna use it for something else. It's not about just that it one purpose and intent. You know that going in, okay, I think it's a great house. It looks great. I can
What I just
video it.
said, you repeat what I said.
No. But here's the thing: you think that because you're trying to provide this next level of customer service to this one buyer. No, we don't do it like that. If it makes sense for this buyer,
They do. I've
any
seen
other
it for
buyers
8
we make-
years. They do have people that do that.
Let me
You want
talk.
them on the show next week?
Let me talk.
Go ahead. You saying that? There's no black folks that can swim. I've seen black folks that can swim.
Let me talk.
You tell me, hey, no black folks can swim. I'm telling you, I've seen them.
Let me
Go ahead.
Can I talk, please?
Go ahead.
If you wake up, if you wake up in the morning saying, you look at the house, say, okay, you know what, this is a great marketing tool, and it may meet my buyer, I'm gonna do it. That's a twofold situation, not one. It's a two.
That's what I said.
Two. No. That's not what you said. The video does not say that.
Patrick, is that not what I said?
Not initially.
I think I said
The
that.
video is,
Yeah, Patrick said that. You didn't say that initially.
But when you said if I don't like it, what I said as the rebuttal, then I will use it as content.
That's your
Now,
hold on,
Patrick
that's your
said that.
rebuttal.
Yeah.
That's your rebuttal. That's not what your intention was going out.
Now let me jump in this
Go
from
ahead.
the outside looking
ahead.
in.
On the
Right.
outside
So
looking in, go ahead.
Hyman is a businessman, just like everybody else on this call, right? And you do have to understand what's your highest and best use of your time. And so between what CJ is saying and what Hyman is saying, going out and looking at the hot sheets at 5 or 6 in the morning, trying to view properties is not the highest and best use of their time, especially when you know how much your hourly rate is. Is that fair to say, Mr. Hyman?
I get that.
Very true.
I get that.
That's not exactly what I'm saying, but to that.
That's not what CJ said. For me, I agree because
there's certain
I know
activities that I just can't do because I know what the highest and best use of my time is.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that I would duplicate that, but however, I think that would be a better use of my time than door knocking. You know, especially if I got clients and then meets all my clients' criteria. I would say that's how I would do
he
it.
just moved the goalpost again.
Right.
I've been consistent since the same thing. I've been exactly consistent. I mean, I don't just because you don't understand the point doesn't mean I moved the goalpost.
No, because initially you had, when you said it, it was with the intent of specifically showing the client a property. You did not mention anything about marketing it later or anything like that. This was specifically for a client. You didn't agree to that until Patrick said it.
Then I would, like I said, if that was the case, if you always have your backup plan, then I would use it for content.
Now I understand that from an aspect. All right, this is my farm. This is where I'm only going to work. That makes sense from that aspect. But if you doing it just for a client, nah.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's what you said in the beginning.
No, I'm
Rewind the tape.
I'm saying if I got, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. I think y'all be busy. Am I in the Twilight Zone? Is Ashton Kutcher about to come out the room and punk me?
Hey, Corey, Pat, did I miss something?
No.
Is that what he said in the beginning?
No,
Exactly
I said,
what he said in the beginning.
did I not say if I got clients plural? Did I not say if I have clients and I got one client that match all the boxes and I got clients, I got 3-4 clients? Did I not say that?
Hey, Patrick and CJ, one client does not make you get up to go do that shit for on our end.
I think it's a nice personal touch.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's a nice personal touch.
As a rate of return, no, that's not a good touch.
All right, so
it's a personal touch from somebody who's not doing the work.
Don't do it then. Nobody's forcing y'all to do it. I mean, I think it would be better, and I've seen the results of it. I've seen people that do it is more aggressive and they have better results, and they're always in the top, XYZ of their brokerage. It's just I've seen it. Everybody does the same, does a little bit different. Again, I preface this whole thing before I even said it. It depends on how you want to do your business.
So are they doing that for just clients? Or are they also marketing it?
They're doing both.
That's what I'm saying. That was not your premise in the beginning. So that's what
Don't
the
matter if
argument
it's
came
the
from.
premise. Don't matter if that's the premise in the
Yes, it
beginning.
is, because that's what you said. You said it as, this is what I'm doing for a client. You did not mention anything beyond that. So,
all right, even if I do it for a
I just
client,
brought that up because I was thinking, okay, well, if the client says no, at least it's not a complete waste of your
yeah,
time.
it's not a complete wash. It don't matter. My intent is, if my intent is to do it for a client, I'll do it for marketing. The activity is gonna get done.
for sure. All right,
And
y'all
the
go
act-
ahead, man.
Yeah.
We ain't got to argue the point. It's just saying this is what was said in the beginning, and that's what I disagree with.
Now now that's moving the goalposts. Now y'all know that I'm right about this particular activity. This is a more landmark activity as opposed to door knocking. And now y'all trying to move the goalposts and trying to make it about try to get semantically about, well, when you said this for this, nah. The overall gist of the thing is that this is a way more powerful landmark activity than door knocking. That's all I'm saying. If I'm gonna do that I can see that working better than knocking on somebody's doors with this technology.
So let me ask you this with that statement. When you go and door knock, I don't know, you hit 100 doors, you talk to 15 people, you get 5 people's phone numbers, right?
Possible.
If you go into the
You're
hot
hot
sheet
blind.
in the morning, you go into the hot sheet in the morning, and you're looking at a house to send to one client. I don't think that's.
Well, let me rephrase it to paint the picture
Right.
a little bit better. Let's say I got a hot sheet, and let's say I got it checks and I'm just painting the picture. This is all hypothetical. Let's say I got 2 of the hot sheets is in my neighborhood that I prospect, and I got 2 clients that fit the bill. And I'm gonna go swing over there, do a couple of videos, pitch these clients, and if not, I'm gonna throw it on social media that I got thousands of views on. So I'm in front of thousands. I got thousands of eyeballs on me as opposed to that couple. So I got 2 strong punches, then I got a bunch of little bit of punches after that. So that's how I would do it, and that's more modern. That's more up to date, up to speed, because now I got plenty of eyeballs, and it shows that activity. Hey, this property just went on the market, and I could backdoor and do it. I could backdoor and do business to business. I can say, hey, I can call listeners. Hey, I'm gonna send you this video that I did, that I got edited and everything like that. You can share it on your social media. So this the activity alone is way more of a landmark activity than door knocking. Y'all dinosaurs. Admit it. Admit it.
You think because you got 1,000 likes, 5 of them gonna be from us. So you got 995 likes.
Don't matter. I got the eyeballs. All about eyeballs. The technology is there. I'm gonna use the technology, and I did an analog thing to put a little mint on a pillow for my clients.
Hey, that's why I think it's a combination of both.
Right. Roll the next clip, man.
Right.
Your
What's the
example,
last
yeah,
clip, man?
That makes sense
Yeah.
if it's within range, within your neighborhood. That you're
Let's roll the clip, man.
We know Hyman not getting out the bed unless it's 100.
Yeah, I mean,
We
I'm
know
not.
that.
I'm not knocking.
And
That's how you want to run
they got the pre-approval, all that checklist.
Yeah, I'm not getting out
Everything.
unless it's 5,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you still gotta cook. And guess what? People gonna be coming with plates out. And they gotta be fed.
Is that DC Young?
They gotta be fed.
Yep.
Whether you wanna go sit down and eat a plate yourself and realize ain't nobody cook for you. You the chef, dog. Keep cooking. Yes, sir. Keep God first, y'all.
boy.
It get hot in that kitchen, boy. And everything may not work properly. But you still gotta cook. And guess what? People gonna be coming with plates out. And they gotta be fed. They gotta be fed. Whether you wanna go sit down and eat a plate yourself and realize ain't nobody cook for you. You the chef, dog. Keep cooking.
Yeah, man, that's probably one of my favorite quotes of the week, man.
That's real. That's
Whether
real.
they want to be
That's
fed,
real.
you got to keep cooking.
Got to keep cooking, man.
It's real. Like if you are like the breadwinner, if you providing for not just your family, for your people, you got to keep providing. until somebody else can pick up the torch. And if they don't pick up the torch, you still gotta grind.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I
like
saw
said,
that clip this week, and I felt what he was saying, and then I kind of took a look at myself, and I stopped telling people how successful I've been because they'll have their hand out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you
I ain't
sponsor
gonna
this?
stop.
Can you sponsor this? Can you sponsor that? I'm like, bro, you seen me grinding. You didn't send me no referrals. You know what I
Right.
mean? Now you got your hand out because I come to your stuff. Like, so I feel what he's saying though, especially in regard to your family, right? We're all men on here, so we take care of somebody besides ourselves. And people don't always take care of us the way that they should, like he mentioned in the video. And sometimes you do want to take a break and treat yourself, but you gotta keep grinding because other people depend on you. So I don't think it gets any realer than that.
Yeah, that was dope.
Right. Yeah, like I was saying, man, I took it to that end, slightly deeper as well. Like he said, everything might not work, but you still got to make it. You got to keep cooking.
Right.
You know. So, with that being said, like I said, you still got to create, and you still and they got to get fed. You know, even if it don't work, I'm gonna try it. You know, and see if it works. You know, and then I'm gonna keep going. Like you said, everything works, but you got to do something.
Yep.
You got to do something. You know what I mean? Because the people got to eat,
But that's
including
why you
myself.
need a Jeezy, because if it takes too long to rock up, you can bring it back.
Right. So,
Well, I haven't tried
Big
that
body
one
Marlowe's
yet.
talking
I
right
haven't
there.
tried that one
That's
yet.
that big body Marlowe talking right there, man.
Right.
Excuse that.
I'm just saying, man. I'm
Well,
just
yeah,
saying.
man. Yeah, we
And
as
just
men,
like iron sharpen iron, man, you gotta have real people in your corner too that may not be in your family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So, like I said, as men, man, we don't have the luxury of somebody taking care of us. You know, most of us, mattress Mac we call rainmakers. We the ones that make it rain. So, and there's only a couple of people in the family. Like I said, I'm that one. My daughter gonna call me if she need money. So it is what it is. So you got excuses don't pay the bills. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't when the bills come to calling, you can't say, hey, I didn't want to do this because
Right.
Like Hyman, hey, they didn't want to pay me first. They didn't say they want to go check it out. So
You can't say you ain't want to go door. You can't say you ain't want to go door knocking.
I want hey, everything works. Everything works. Nothing doesn't.
Yeah.
Everything works.
So
Nothing doesn't.
hold on. I haven't watched the whole show of DC Young Fly. What was the context of that little clip? Tell me about it. I haven't watched that episode yet.
When you put everything on your shoulders to carry your team, don't expect for somebody to take that load off your shoulder. If you showed that responsibility, you accept that responsibility to feed your people. Everybody gonna have a plate out, and it's your job to feed them regardless if what you think is gonna works or not. It's still on you to feed them.
Right. And the piggyback last point I'm gonna make for the night is that I used to struggle with that as far as what Patrick was talking about with trying to avoid people with their handout. United, you call them the United Way people? They always got the handout. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. They see it in you, and they gonna ask for regardless. So I think by trying to disguise it from them, I think I'm hindering my progress. I think it said this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Right.
So I gotta let it shine.
Let it shine.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta let it shine regardless. So I can't because I don't want to let my light shine because you might see it. Nah, I got to just let it shine.
Yep.
You still done?
Don't be afraid to say no.
Let it shine.
That's a good point.
Right. So I
and
got to
so-
tell you no. So that ain't gonna stop them. There's always gonna be satellites and rocks that absorb the planet because you gravitational pull. They're gonna be people that rotate around you. It just is what it is. That ain't gonna stop because your gravitation is so heavy. That's why they call them star. So put that on your shoulder.
Yeah, you already got health insurance, Patrick, but somebody gonna call you in November to ask you every year, If you got some, it's up to you to say no.
Right. Yeah. So that ain't gonna stop.
Don't call me.
Right. I like what Mattress Mac said. Mattress Mac answered the phone when he was begging relatives. He said, "Yeah, what's going on, Cuzzo? I'm broke as a joke. How about you?"
I ain't even saying that. I ain't even putting that out there.
What are you saying, AJ?
No.
Flat out.
Flat out. I already got my expenses allocated.
Right.
I ain't got no extra.
Right. So with that being said, it ain't gonna stop, man. It ain't gonna stop.
Nope.
You know, I did that. I tried that. You know, try to play humble. It ain't gonna stop. People
Hey,
still
what Charles
gonna.
Barkley say? I'm not a role model. Parents are role models.
Yeah, it ain't gonna stop, man. I even tried to do that on social media. Try to kind of, try to dial it back, but that's what they want. That's what they try to slow you down. They try to make you dial it back because they can't compete. So they're gonna try to make you feel ashamed of your success, or ashamed of your light, and you're supposed to let the thing shine. You ashamed of your own light.
Yeah.
How I gotta downplay myself, my accomplishments to make you feel better about yourself. That's crazy.
Well, no, I wasn't going there with that. I was just saying, when people know you're doing well, they got their hand out.
Mm-hmm.
And they would never ask you before. And now they know you're killing the game. And they're like, hey, I need this. Or can you help with that? Can you sponsor this? It's like,
No.
damn, I know you for 5 or 6 years now, and you never said nothing to me. Now you got your hand out.
No.
Right. Or you got the clients that want you to that's gonna be a real thing here soon, that want you to discount your services. You already making money, man. Come on, let me get it for the low.
I'm with CJ. That's a no.
That's a great question, but no, I don't.
That's a hard no.
Yeah, like that.
When they ask me, can we negotiate? I say, sure. You can pay me anything above 1.6 that you want.
Right.
I'll take anything above that.
Right.
And that ends that conversation.
Right. That's crazy. But with that being said, man, we'll see y'all next week, man. I know we kind of ran over this. This is a long show, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.